Sub as soon as I hit start is crazy. Marley, what's good? What's good? What's good? Um, we got two grown men drinking wine while chit chatting. I mean, come on. Wait. Z, why you hating? Wait, Z, why you hating? Why you hating, bro? What are you hating? You watched the LeBron pod yet? Of course I watched it. Why would I not watch it? As a aspiring and improving savant myself, why would I not watch it? That's goofy for me not to. It's just absolutely dumb. It's just knowledge on knowledge on knowledge. Like, why would I not? Yo, join Discord survey. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? You said you watched it yesterday? I ain't gonna lie. Of course, as we anticipated, many gems. Many gems. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that's really going to separate people who watch it from the people who just watch it are those who are going to be able to listen to what they're saying and not just go and apply it, but then add layers upon it with more concepts that they already know, like I'm gonna do. So I'm the most thankful for some shit like this. What's good, bro? Just watch some of your breakdown. Tatum's getting good stuff. Hey, appreciate the support, by the way. And if y'all did not know, we got an IRL breakdown today. I'm about to break down some IRL film. I'm gonna check the Discord. I'm gonna watch my film, and then we're gonna get to that amp breakdown. So, let me make sure everything is straight. Everything solid right now. Let me see. Okay, I don't got anything right here. I may drop frames a little bit early, but fuck it, we good. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this all stuff downloaded right quick. Okay, we got that. Let me open up the Discord because I don't want to waste too much time. Yo, what's good? What's good, yes, son? By the way, if it's y'all first time, let me know where y'all from, do y'all hoop, and what y'all game like if you do hoop. Let me know. And if you got any questions about anything, could be NBA, could be personal basketball, nutrition, anything of that nature, working out, let me know that as well. Let me open this up right quick. Let me put a pause on that. I learned some plays that LeBron was talking about. So you talking about didn't they only drop one episode? And then also whatchamacallit? They only dropped one episode, one. And then two, whatchamacallit? They dropped a clip of the second episode, I think, where they're talking about like a side out of balance play. But a lot of this stuff I've seen before and I know it. I just don't know the terminology, which is where I fuck up. I need to know all the terminology. I need to pick up on all that shit, like get super sharp on all of it. And so that's one thing I'm gonna be doing on the side, to where once I'm in those rooms, I can be able to speak the same language and know exactly what people talking about. So like they just say one word and they don't gotta use 4 sentences to describe an action. They just use a one word and it's like, okay, that's what that is. I just gotta get hip to that. And once I get hip to it, of course I'm gonna help y'all get hip to it. Because by the time y'all may end up going to play, say you play college, play pro, you just play at a higher level, you're like, oh, I done heard this word before, and this just means that, and you already know what everything is. It's ultimately gonna help not just me, but all of us. So, any tips for upcoming ninth graders? Get used just to your environment. You're probably gonna get into high school, and then you're probably gonna be like, you're gonna feel a little out of place a little bit. It's just gonna be uncomfortable because it's a new environment, new players, new teammates, new coaches. So I would even say this: build a relationship a little bit with the coaches. Get not crazy close, but just get familiar with the coaches, to where, especially this, right? I want you to get so comfortable and familiar with the coaches that you're now able to get in the gym at any time you want to. Because when a coach really sees your intention, if you do really want to get better, right, it's going to be shown in your actions. If you're always working hard, if you're always trying to communicate, find a way to be able to get shit done, and you don't have the opportunity, and maybe the only thing you have is a gym, they'll open up the gym for you because they have the key, and they could even open up the gate to the school and shit. And so I'll say get that comfortable and get that close with your coaches so you could be able to have that resource. A lot of players just simply don't even understand the fact that they can have the resource because they don't show what they're actually want, and 2, they don't have the relationship with their coach. Or get it with some other coach, even, to where you could get in the gym damn near at any time. Because what it really boils down to oftentimes is relationships. Not even just getting a resource that you need, but even trying to get to where you want to be. So I would say develop that relationship with your coach. The thumbs down and horn play. Yeah, those are shit I've seen before, but it's just like I never put the words behind it, which is what I need to know. You're the next Michael Jordan. No, I put a comma, meaning it's a sequence, like a bunch of different people. I said me, the next Michael Jordan, Anthony Edwards, and then Jamal Murray. I didn't say I'm the next Michael Jordan. I wouldn't be here if I was the next Michael. I'd be gone. You know what I'm saying? You'd be watching me on TV. Oh, you watch me on YouTube. It is a form of TV nowadays, damn near. But it's a different thing. You'll be watching me on TNT, ABC, ESPN, and Bally Sports, whatever the fuck they got over there. What are the shots that matter the most to work on? It depends on what your game is, depending on what type of shots you need to work on. It depends on that. I'm gonna go through the Discord. I'm gonna get straight to my film. By the way, you just said when we start. What you mean, as in when we start, like in terms of the film? Let me make sure I got everything at this. Hold on. I got maybe like 3 things. Let me see. I'm from the Netherlands. I hoop in my play style like Jokic and DeMar DeRozan. I ain't gonna lie, that might be an ugly.
With all due respect,
that sounds kind of ugly. It sounds funky. I can't. Like when you said that shit, I don't know how I could even picture your physique could possibly be to be able to play like Jokic and DeMar DeRozan. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That shit sound crazy, bro. That shit sound crazy. Hopefully it work. Hopefully you're still getting your buckets, you're getting your shit off. But that's quite a peculiar combo. You know what I'm saying? That's the craziest combo I done heard. So instead I play like Jokic and DeMar DeRozan. Shit. Hopefully that shit work out, man. I'll be trying out for the team Sunday. My friend plays for it because he plays for the actual high school team. So that's good chemistry already for me. Good thing for you. Make sure if you're playing with you said only one person. Hopefully he did throw you a lob though. Meaning he told the coaches like, "Yo, I know, boom, boom. Oh, he's nice," and then kind of just said a couple things on the side. Hopefully he threw you a lob. You had a left hand, so I knew you weren't the next MJ. Bro, you hating on MJ. He hating on whatchamacallit, DeMar. What's up with you and hating people with a good mid-range game, bro? Buddy tripping. But let me get to his Discord though. I don't know what type of order it's gonna go in, but I'm just gonna go through anything I just see a line in. Any book recommendations? I'm reading like 3 books right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'll say get that Kobe book. Kobe book. You see that Kobe book right there? Get that Kobe book right there. Right there. I have like 3 books that I'm like kind of bouncing back and forth between because they're all a bunch of different concepts. And so there may be certain times when I'm looking for a certain type of knowledge. And so I'll go to that book and continue where I left off. And so I like to kind of go between stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when hold on. I didn't even mention that. Some of y'all even peep. I don't even know if all y'all in the Discord or not. But regardless though. Hold on. Where's the picture at? All right. It's in the Discord actually, as a matter of fact. Let me just pull it up in the Discord. Hold on. I gotta wait for them to ship, of course. I gotta wait for it to ship. But I gotta wait for it to ship. And I'm also gonna sign the ball. I'm also gonna sign the basketball as well. So it's not like you're just gonna get the custom shit you got from the Westside Ball. I'm gonna sign the ball, boom. Maybe put a couple thing or two on it as well. So every time you go and hoop, you see that on the basketball. Every time the basketball just sitting there, you see that question on the basketball. You have a choice, discipline or regret. You choose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give away 2 of these, and they were a pretty penny. I ain't gonna lie, they are a pretty penny. So I'm about to give away 2. I bought 3, but 1 is for me. So whatever, I don't know how I'm gonna go about it. I don't know what's gonna be the entry for it, but I'm gonna let y'all know when it does happen. And so it'll probably be in about like 3 weeks. I think it should get here in about 3 weeks. So stay tuned for that. I'm behind you, little bro. But he dumb. He typed out his username. Jit tripping. Jit about to add himself. Crazy thing, I'm a mid-range player too. Seems like you hate yourself too, bro. I have a dream. Jit hate himself. God bless you, Patty. That Jalen Green breakdown. Hey, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened, but all I can say is since I dropped that video, Jalen Green been hooping. Is the giveaway gonna involve Instagram? Goes, I don't have Instagram. I'm not sure yet. It may be like a live stream breakdown. I ain't gonna lie. I may do some shit to where whoever pulls up in the stream, I may be like Pick a number between 1 through 100. I'll write the shit down to post it on like a post-it or like a fucking this shit, right? I'll write it on that, and then whoever gets it right first, they gonna win or some shit like that. I'll probably do some shit like that, low key. I don't know yet, but we'll see. 14-5-9, and I'm trying to work on my mid-range game. Any tips or drills I should do? Not work on your mid-range game if you're 5'9". There's no need for it, especially if you got to understand this. When you play in the mid-range, everything is more compact. If you're a smaller player playing in the more compact area with bigger players around you, you probably need to go and develop a floater before you decide to go and develop a mid-range game. It probably just sounds appealing, right? It sounds appealing to get a mid-range game. You see Shea, you see Chris Paul, you see those dudes, but in reality, you have other layers to your game you must improve before you even add that layer itself. And so you got to really take a step back and say, okay, if I want to be able to play in this game, hey Mason, appreciate that sub. If I want to be able to play in this game, not just now, but in the long term, I got to build a foundation for the necessities, right? What follows suit with my natural strengths, right? What's my superpower in basketball? Then you really master that. You lay that as your foundation. Then after you lay that as your foundation, you build layers in terms of what defenses are going to begin to now leave available because they're trying to take away what you're so good at. And so now at that point, is a mid-range necessary? Or do I, like, you know what I'm saying? Do I really even need it? Should I just use a floater, get a good finish, get a good touch, learn really good pickups, and then you'll begin to see what exactly you need. So don't try to say, okay, I think it should be nice. Let me just add it in. It's going to waste time. It's going to waste time, trust me. I hardly even use the mid-range myself. And y'all see, well, even when I do this breakdown on myself, y'all going to see I barely even use the mid-range like that. I need to, though. I need to get better at it, but it's only in time. Let me see. How do I get comfortable making a shot in game? Because I feel like I rush when I play. Get more reps up. Simple as that. Get more reps. And start shooting game speed in your practice, right? Instead of shooting these practice shots with slow feet, you got to get quick feet, right? Not fast, not rushed, quick. Just need quick. Just be sharp with your feet. That's the most important thing. Everything starts with your feet when it comes down to shooting. But it's like not identical to them. But most accurate example of my unique play style. Hey, if you get buckets with it, by any means, go do you. By any means, do you. I'm going to call him little Michael Jordan, LeBron, Giannis. Just straight cap. So you're saying you're basically the GOAT, obviously. Hey, what's good, Cameron? By the way, if you got any questions, let me know. I haven't seen you in the stream before. I haven't seen you in the chat before. If you got questions on anything, let me know. I'll give you an update on Monday, probably, or the same day. All right, bet. I'm going to get to the Discord now. Let's see if we got anything in chat and just chatting. All right, boom. Nothing there. Let me go NBA. Hold on. Are y'all done with the 80s and the 90s? Are y'all done with that? Are y'all done with the 80s? Cause it seemed like y'all done with the 80s, bro. I don't know what type of trend been going on, but it seemed like y'all done. Y'all just said fuck that shit. By the way, let me drop the Discord link before I even get this stuff done. I'm done with the 20s. He said, fuck my own generation. I hate these motherfuckers. Hold on. Boom. Pin message. Boom. Hoop is hoop. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling y'all, we going back to the 80s and the 90s this summer. I'm going back to the 80s and the 90s this summer. You know what I'm saying? We going back. But peep this. This is from, let me make sure I got everything. Eddie tips for having a more free play style. I think I answered this on Monday, if I believe. Yeah, I answered this already. All right, so let's go down here. How do I get better in energy transfer sometimes? My shot be so short and it's consistent. Consistently short, I'm assuming. How do I become more consistent of a shooter? So if we're talking energy transfer, this is going back to something I just recently mentioned, right? Something I very just recently mentioned, which is everything in shooting starts with the feet. Y'all got to understand that it's not just what's going on right here in where I place my hands on the ball, where my elbow is, and what am I doing with my thumb, and how far apart my fingers are, right? It starts with the base. It starts with your feet. That's the first point of contact to then begin that energy transfer, to begin that fluidity. So if you have a bad base it's going to be tough to have good energy transfer and good fluidity. And so what you must do when you catch, get your base. Get a good base when you catch and shoot. Meaning you have your hips loaded, you got knees loaded a little bit, you're on the balls of your feet, you're ready to go up and shoot. You shouldn't try to catch, dip, and then go up. That's a lot of movement. The best fluidity for shooting is already starting in that base that you need. And so you got to make sure that you start in that base. And so when we have examples of it throughout this breakdown, because you probably do be peeping some of the stuff, I'll mention that as well, how it looks like to just have a base when you shoot, right? You'll see the hips loaded down a little bit. It won't be like a quarter squat, but you'll see the hips drop back. You'll see the knees have a little load, and then you'll see a player be on the balls of their feet. Just watch any good shooter before they shoot, and you'll see exactly what a base is. They all got great bases, whether it's off the catch or off the dribble. And so that alone, if you get a consistent base, it's going to make you more a consistent shooter. Because instead of having to do all this dipping that you probably already do, there's going to be less movement. Less movement is going to make you more efficient. Simple as that. I found the videos yesterday and like how you break down the game, keep doing the thing, bro. Indeed, I ain't going to stop. I ain't stopping. I'm not stopping. No matter how many of the motherfuckers be trying to troll and shit, I don't even be peeping, but y'all become whatchamacallit. Some people be like, yo, some people going crazy in your comments. I'm like, haters is my marketing team. I'll let them work. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. He said, hold on. Yo, what's good, Willie? What's good, Willie? Big fan, what's good? Where you from? Do you hoop? And what's the game like if you do hoop? Let me see what else. If he posted, wait, let me see. What y'all saying before? I just watched Magic Johnson highlights, and I'm 100% sure I'm dropping off. Bro, y'all hating, bro. Y'all hating. Let me see what else I missed before. If a 5'6" guy score on you in the paint, now who is who? You said push him left, boom, he grown. I'm gonna have to keep shit pushing. If y'all got direct questions, resend it again. I love Devin Booker jump shot. I rarely dips the shot. Just literally a catch and shoot, because he already starting low. He don't need a dip. He already starting low. He finds the fluidity because he's already loaded. Simple as that. Cash nasty type advice, you need a base. You do need a base. If Cash be saying that, it's facts. It's facts. And he probably even learned it from somebody who know how to shoot. You need that base. You need that base. Just swing your elbows on him. Oh, you're talking about elbow him. That's the part you're talking about. I'm tripping. You remember me? I just ran home from the part that sent my video on the Discord. I took your advice on the forum shots, and they really helped. I don't exactly remember. It sounds familiar, but I can't remember exactly. Did you watch the LeBron pod? It's amazing. A whole lot of gems. I did watch it. Of course. Why would I not? Why would I not watch it? But what's good? MP5? What's good? But let me peep this video right here. This is Quessy in the chat. He said he asked about his movement. I'll go back. A little stiff. I ain't gonna lie, a little stiff. The thing with movement, like I even told y'all before, the thing with movement is that if you want to get better at moving and just be shiftier as a player, you have to expose yourself to new planes of movement. So whether that requires you to start going to play soccer, whether that requires you to start dancing, whether that requires you to go do football drills, do something as to which will force your body to move in different patterns and different planes than you're used to doing in basketball. And even another thing that could help you, if you don't even want to directly go do that, just do what you would do in basketball movement without a basketball. Because having the basketball will limit your movement because you place your focus on keeping control of the basketball. And so once you take away the basketball, once you take away that variable, the movement is easier in itself. And now mentally, you can place a higher emphasis on how I'm actually moving my body, how I'm shifting my shoulders, how I'm changing my frame, how I'm changing my levels, right? And so that's something literally you can do like that. Drop the basketball, start moving without the basketball like you are playing basketball. And now it's going to help you get better when you do move with the basketball. Just make sure you get a good bit of reps in. Like you actually have to get used to moving without the ball. So that's one thing you can literally do just like that. How can you guard someone who's bigger than you and just post you up? Use your speed and not try to play with strength if they're bigger. You got to understand, basketball is a game of advantages and disadvantages, right? The bigger player has the advantage of strength, but if you're the smaller player, you have the advantage of speed. And now, how could you use speed? Maneuvering around, you could hollow out, you could circle around. But the second you try to get chest to back with them and try to start bumping and everything like that, that's the second you lose the battle, because you know you're not strong enough, but yet you're trying to put up a fight. But that fight, you know you won't win because you're just way too small. And so what you literally just must do, learn how to circle around. Never let them get a feel for you. Don't allow them to simply find where your body is, hold you back, and then get the catch and just do all that, right? You got to stay active, whether that's getting around 3/4 and for a second and then just taking away passing lanes and just making it tough, right? Ultimately, like how I think of it is make it tough for the ball handler, for the person with the ball, to throw a post entry, right? They don't know the angle to throw the ball. They don't know where. They can't trust the fact that you may circle around. So it's going to make them say, nah, get away from it. And so ultimately, boom, you win the matchup right there and then by them not getting the ball. So 50 years old, Australia, I just want to know whether you think it's too late for me to consider pro. I got 3 years of high school left, and I've ever only played D3. I'm also 5'7". Am I cooked? I've told someone this before. They're like, "Yo, am I too late to basketball? Do I even have opportunity to be able to play pro?" You gotta see basketball just for see basketball to teach you life, right? At this point, if you like basketball yourself right now, right? Stop thinking so far ahead to the point where like, oh, can I play pro? Can I do this? Can I do that? And just simply maximize your days, right? Because what you're gonna be able to teach yourself that just stems further beyond basketball is how to get better at something that you want to do. It's gonna show you the discipline that it takes. It's gonna show you how consistent you must be. It's gonna show you how detailed you must be. It's gonna show you how you must be able to compete, not just with other people, but with yourself, right? Being able to have to go through those battles day in and day out, saying, okay, I can't eat this because I know it's gonna not allow me to recover, and I'm gonna perform worse, right? Doing those little battles throughout the day that lie within yourself, and then even when you go out into an atmosphere where you're actually competing against other people, right? It's gonna teach you so many other things. And so if I were you in this situation, I wouldn't sit here and say, damn, I have to go pro. It's all that or nothing. Take the perspective of, let me use basketball to teach me life, right? And get as good as I can at this day by day, because you are 15, right? So it's not like you got to go to work. You just got to go to school. It's not like you got bills to pay, right? You chilling right now. You don't got to go buy food or nothing like that, but go buy groceries and shit, right? You don't got no credit. Right, so you have a whole lot of energy. A whole lot of energy and focus you could put into something else right now. And if that's basketball, allow that to teach you concepts, because what that's going to teach you going forward, that's just going to take you so far just in life. Because once you carry those same concepts over of just growth into any aspect, into any field, people ain't catching up to you. Ain't nobody gonna catch up. I could guarantee you that. I'm starting to go to the gym for the first time in my whole life. What are the workouts that I got to do? Goals: 35 plus inch, 2 foot vert. Get stronger for contact in the paint. I'm 17, 6'6", shooting guard 26. Look at the workouts channel. Look at the workouts channel on the Discord. Look at the workouts channel. I got a good bit of stuff that's that are fairly basic. You know what I'm saying? Fairly basic. I got I don't even be realizing, but I got probably at least I got a whole workout schedule in there, and then I also got a bunch of workouts that follow suit with that workout schedule. So go check that out. Hold on. I play against big players. You should always be denying the pass to post because you're losing that. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 unless they luckily miss. What's good, Jericho? Speed and use angles to make it tough on them. Yep, another one. You posted on the story a couple days ago that shooting is all mental. What do you do when you shoot, and how does that work? Oh, let me tell you about that workout. What was it, yesterday? It was yesterday. Let me tell you about that workout, right? So first and foremost, it was yesterday, right? And I usually don't hoop on Tuesdays, but this week I'm going through a little, just more so of a recovery week, and to get my joints and my body back to a good level, because my knee's been aching a little bit, and when you vert train, when I'm vertical jump training, there's a lot of force that goes through my knees and my hips. So I'm like, all right, let me relax a little bit. I'll just do some hoop workouts, some other stuff. And so I woke up and said, all right, I want to make 100 threes, but I also want to be able to go in the weight room and do some plyos, get some ankle work done and stuff like that, right? So I was like, all right, I got 75 minutes for this whole workout. It takes me about 10, 15 minutes to warm up. And I was like, okay, so that leaves me with 30 minutes to do an on-court workout. And I was like, what could I do with 30 minutes? I can make 100 threes. And so that morning, maybe the night before, I just put my mind on, I'm going to make 100 threes this workout, 20 in 30 minutes or less, no rebounder, right? No rebounder. I did it. Did it in 29 minutes, not 30. I did it in 29. And so when it came down to the mental part of shooting, what did I do in terms of being able to get myself to knock down those shots? I kept my mind on the make. A lot of y'all will set a standard or set a goal for yourself, and instead of using this metaphor, glass half empty, glass half full, right? Y'all see the glass half empty, seeing the glass half full. You will see the side of as to which is the thing as to what you don't want, instead of seeing the thing as to what you do want at all times. Because y'all got to really understand, thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. And if your thought is always something negative, where is that going to now lead you to? A negative result, right? It's going to lead you to a negative feeling, a negative action, a negative result. But if you always stay positive, it's not going to be positive every single time. But the times as to which, say, you do get a miss, the thought is there, one, and then two, I also do have the work ethic, and I do have the track record and the history of me being able to understand I have the capacity to be able to do this task because of the amount of work I put in years prior to. Like, y'all may think, okay, you're just doing breakdowns right now. Y'all don't see the 7-hour workout days when I was in high school, right? The 3 days when I was in high school. And so, like, I know my capacity. I know what I'm capable of doing. So first and foremost, I just use past positive reflection, right? Reflected on my past to bring confidence to my present, right? And so now I'm like, okay, mentally I was just like, all right, I'm getting this. Like, there's no other way I'm gonna get this, right? Got it. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. And even through the misses, even through the ups and the downs, whatever, may miss 2, 3 in a row. All right, get back neutral, right back at it again. You know what I'm saying? Just that continuous go. Hopefully that kind of did answer the question. Let me go back up. I looked outside and see 2 big robots fighting. Am I cooked, bro? Y'all are trolls, bro. You stupid. Question, do aerobic, or I said aerobic. I've been doing too much goddamn fucking kinesiology studying, bro. Do acrobatic layups and need upper body strength because I'm 13 when I try to do acrobatic layups and I airball. So that boils down to, yeah, I just seen your question back up in the chat. I be trying to go back through the whole chat, but it doesn't, to an extent. What you do need is you need core strength. That's the most important upper body strength. When you decide to split the body at the hips, you need that upper body strength because the core, you got to think of it like the bridge, right? It's the bridge between the upper body movement up here and then everything that's going on at the legs, right? Going on down there. And so if you have bad energy, if you have a weak core, right? If you have an unstable core, it's going to be hard to even transfer that energy like we were talking about with shooting before from the legs down up to the upper body and be able to get up and just stay overall balanced and stable. And so the core is extremely vital. If you're not working on your core, you're hurting yourself. It's a detriment to your own game. Even at 13, you could just do planks. You could do sit-ups. You could do even like dynamic movements will help improve your core. So like just doing basic stuff like that, regular planks, side planks. You could do a bunch of variations. You could do a yoga ball plank. You could do the box plank where you have the top leg, right? You have your top leg resting, like the medial side of your foot resting on that box, and you have the other one right underneath. You could do that. I have a video of that in the Discord in the workouts tab. So like doing little things like that could be able to help improve that core strength, and now it'll help you stay controlled in the air because you're jumping through your legs, but you want to finish up here with your hands. Energy transfer once again. If you have that bad balance, it's going to be hard to stay controlled so you can finish that. Should I go to the gym before my tryouts? Because depends how well you feel you can recover. I would say if anything, do something light, right? Do something light, maybe something that can just help build up your confidence, see the ball go through the rim, just visually be able to see that, and then get into what you got to get to. I do a push-pull leg at athlete day split at the gym because I want to build some muscle. Should I switch a split? Yes. Push-pull legs for a hooper. If you hoop, don't do push-pull legs. If you hoop, do not do push-pull legs. Did I even do that when I hooped? I think I did. And I shouldn't have done it because that's a bodybuilder split. If I want to be a bodybuilder, I lift like a bodybuilder. But if I want to be a basketball player, I got to lift like a basketball player, which means prioritizing the muscle groups and the different body physiological demands for the sport, right? I don't need to be out here bench pressing or doing a whole bunch of pull-ups and a whole bunch of bicep curls, tricep extensions. No, that's if you want to be a bodybuilder or if you just want to be a regular human being. I'm not trying to have the physiological capacity of a regular human being. Now,
with all due respect,
I'm trying to be like a John Morant. I want to be like a LeBron James. I want to be on that type of level, right? I'm not trying to just be a regular athletic level human being. Nah, I'm not trying to do that. So you got to be able to lift exactly how they lift. You got to do what they do. You got to have the same process that they have so you could be able to get their level of results. Do you have a core workout on your channel? Not on my channel, but I have it on the Discord. I have some on the Discord. The question I got, what do you do the day before a game? I'm always getting told to practice, but I notice I play best whenever I barely touch the ball the day before the game. I mean, what that probably does, not touching the ball the day before the game, it stops you from thinking so much, but you should, right? And I even want to tie this into what Kwesi said. He said, how do you cut negative thoughts? So negative thoughts, I'm going to go back to exactly what he's saying on this question, but I'm going to kind of tie in the concept of negative thoughts. Because if you're touching the ball, you're going to continue to overthink and you're going to get anxious about the game that's ahead, right? And now by the time the game comes around, you're not really able to translate all that. But you now just got to see the workout in a positive light, right? Use your workout to build confidence. See the ball going through the rim. See good shit transpiring and not the bad shit occurring, right? See things for what you want it to become and not for what has been. That's a gem, right? See things for what you want it to become and not for what it has been. Because for what it has been, that's the past, right? That's the past. I can't do shit about it. All I can do is go back and reflect and to be able to see, all right, what went wrong? What can I learn from that to be able to improve my future, right? To improve what I'm going to go do next. But if you continue to always place an emphasis on that and just always think about the bad shit that happened, you're going to replicate that, right? And so you got to continue to keep yourself present, learn from your past so then you could improve the present. Or improve the present and improve your future in turn. So you got to get in the gym so you can build confidence. Think positively. Reflect on the games and always see things positively. If you don't, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Quote of the year, I ain't going to lie. That shit just came up off the fly. I've never heard that in my life until I said that shit just now. That's tough. That's tough. How to cut negative thoughts and thoughts when I make a mistake on some play. Understand that this comes with the game. Just understand that's what comes with the game. You know what I'm saying? You're going to mess up. You're going to fuck up. You're going to air a ball. You're going to turn the ball over. Hey, CBFW, appreciate that sub. Appreciate that sub. But you're gonna turn the ball over. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fuck up. It comes with the game, right? If you want to hit 5 shots in a row, you're going to have to miss 5 shots in a row at some point in time. You want to hit 10 in a row, you're probably going to miss 10 shots in a row at some point in time. Like, it's never going to be the same result every single time like this, right? It's always going to be a seesaw. Then ultimately, it's going to be able to balance out and give you essentially that average, right? So you got to understand. Luka say he scored 73. There probably been games in the league where he scored like 8, right? He may have single digits. He had a completely off night, right? So like, there's always going to be that high and there's going to be that low, but ultimately it's going to be able to balance out to whatever it's going to be. So always remember that. That's how you can just take so much weight off of the bad shit that happens. Link in the Discord is pinned in the chat. I get scared of doing sit-ups because I always get a muscle pull. Oh, don't go until you pull a damn muscle. Just listen to your body. Listen to your body. One thing I like about the consistency, I'm telling you, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you see the videos this day, you see the next videos that day. I ain't missing no days, bro. I learned all this consistency from basketball. It's the best teacher of life. Yo, this is a sophomore that sent in all right-handed clips. Hey, what's good? Hey, I peeped your comment. I was like, wait. What the fuck talking about Vaughn? I was like, oh, you listen to Vaughn. I was like, oh, that's the shit he was talking about. What is SGA stature with the Judy Short? Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, wait, what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna skip past that, bro. I'm gonna skip past that. Wild as fuck. I wake up 5:30, go to hoop at 6:30, and again, sleep again at 9:30. Relax again for at 8. And I'm number one player in my country. Are you cooked? Wait. What are you talking about? You probably trolling. I ain't gonna. I might skip past that. That shit was mad confusing. How you know the difference between having a stretch of bad games or being inconsistent? If you consistently have bad games, then you're probably not as good as you may anticipate. You must need improvement. And you got to just look at the overall balance of things. Like the seesaw, like I said, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. But if there's just a bunch of lows, it's like, I'm probably not as good as I think. I'm probably not as good as I think. And I'm not saying this because, okay, I'm trying to say y'all sorry. I've been in the same spot. And even if I hoop to this day, I'll probably have my inconsistent, like my bad games every now and then, right? And so ultimately what it boils down to is you being able just to simply look at the track record, right? Look what has transpired. And then see the mistakes or see the bad things and see the results and continuously improve upon them. So that's the most important part. Only the best some weights. Can I make a basketball workout with that, or am I cooked? Nah, you could, bro. I don't think y'all understand how minimal equipment you need to be able to get a good basketball workout in. I don't think y'all understand. Like, y'all don't need that much. I can guarantee you, especially if y'all younger. Y'all don't need to have like 200 pounds of weights because y'all need to focus more so on form and technique than you need to do on maximal weight. Because if you put too much weight on, if you put too much resistance and too much stress on your body, that can now stunt your growth. That's what will stunt your growth. If y'all really wanted to know, if you put too much stress on your body's growth system, you know what I'm saying? Like your growth plates and whatnot, that's when your growth gets stunted. Not when you just do any workout, but when you put excess stress on it. Because on the fact that you're already growing, your bones are getting bigger, your body's just getting bigger as a whole, that there already is stress right there. But now when you put too much stress on top of that stress, that's when it's going to be like, yo, it's going to cut off. It's going to be done. You know, so y'all got to even understand that. The new saying, bro, is am I cooked? Y'all always be saying that shit, bro. I don't know what's been going on. You're not 7'3", LeBron. I'm the great. Hold on, let me get through this Discord because I know y'all want to watch my film. So let's get through this Discord. All right, let's get through this Discord. Somebody sent some shit right here too. Let me peep this. He sent any other thing? Nah, he just sent the video. Cone drill. I mean, he did break it. Hey, at least he sent a miss. Some of y'all be scared to send a miss. But at this age, right? Whoever sent this, I don't know who sent it. But even at this age, I'm not opposed to cone drills at this age. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not opposed at all. It's when you begin to get to later stages of development where what you're really seeing is game action, and you got to really get really good at that. But cone drills does teach movement, right? So it could help. So ultimately, like little mistakes like that, like work through them. Just get sharp with it. I want you to be as sharp with your footwork as you possibly can, and that sequence right there was solid. That was a solid sequence in terms of footwork. Regardless, I don't care about the miss. Miss don't matter that much, especially at this age. You got to get accustomed to the movement of things, and so just expose yourself and play a shit ton of basketball. That's the best thing you could do. Play a lot of basketball. Just hoop. Get used to moving. Get used to the demands of basketball. Jump, right? I could guarantee you right now, at your age, right now, if you started jumping, just like trying to touch whatever you can, like that you possibly don't got to touch the net or backboard or some shit, of course. Like say the top of a doorway or maybe something that could be a little higher than that. If you just always try to jump and touch something, you will have bounce when you get older. I can guarantee you. Because at this age, if you just teach yourself how to naturally jump and teach your body to build muscles in these certain spots, just as you get older and older, you're gonna be so far ahead of competition. Like when I mean so far, damn. You're gonna naturally teach yourself the shit I had to consciously teach myself when I was 19, 20 to get my vert up by 5-6 inches. If you just simply just jump at this age. I'm telling you, it's gonna help a lot. What's your player comp? Y'all could judge for yourself when I do this breakdown. Y'all could judge for yourself. What do you think of Shea build? What do I think of his build? I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Oh, he got big shoulders. Oh, he got long arms. Wow. Just a human. He just got his own physique, bro. What do you think about the Olympic lifts? I personally like them a lot. I don't do any Olympic lifts. I don't. The last time I did an Olympic lift was when I was in college. That year I was there and I was lifting with the team and stuff. But if we're talking, why would you do Olympic lifts for a basketball player? End of discussion. End of discussion. I don't even need it. Like, why would I do a Olympic lift for a basketball player? End. How do you boost your team morale if there's a person or who brings down the morale of others? Well, you got to eliminate the toxin. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's not getting him out the team entirely, but you could do something, say like, why are they mad? Then solve it that way. Have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Dialogue. Be able to uncover why they're acting that way. So I have a dream. You're capping. I always need an hour warm up. I need an hour to warm up. How do I work on that? How the fuck you need an hour to warm up? Impossible. What does your warm up consist of for 1 hour? If you say I need 1 hour to get ready, because I could get warmed up in 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'll get my stretches for each part of my body. Then boom, I'll probably maybe get some light ball handling, get some movement in, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that. I don't even need form shooting sometimes. I don't even need form shooting. Just let me get my legs warm. Let me get some blood flowing. I'm good. What does your warm up do for 1 hour? It's crazy. I've increased my vert by trying to jump over my country's borders. Stupid, bro. It's stupid. If I get my full AAU games, would you break them down? Full AAU games would be tough. But what I tell you I could do is that I plan on making a Patreon to where I will do individual one-on-one breakdowns like any point throughout the day, and we could schedule a time or some shit like that to where I could just have you in a call and we could just watch the film, do a breakdown. So I could tell you we could do that most definitely. You know, I could do that most definitely. Bro, I don't know what fucking shit Goku does, bro. I don't watch anime. Okay, question. You just asked that question in the chat. Boom, go to the workouts tab. Oh, this that one bull. Hold on. This that one bull. This a young bull who had sent videos a little while ago. I think he sent some shit before. Unless I'm tripping. Hey, I'll tell you. I'll just tell you this. All right. When you do form shots, only go for swishes. Just go for swishes. And I guarantee you, once you begin to shoot with intention, you're gonna force your body to mimic a form that brings the desired result. Listen to that again. When you begin to do form shooting and you shoot with the intention of switching shots, you're gonna force your body to mimic the necessary fundamentals and mechanics to produce the desired result, right? And so a swish, you can't lie about a swish, only has to touch the net, right? And now if you think, did it hit back rim? It probably did hit back rim, don't count it, right? It has to be pure net. And so now that's how you could be able to build your own customized jump shot, whatever works best for you. And then say you begin to take steps back and it's like, okay, I have this issue. Then you can kind of go back and say, okay, this doesn't work quite right here. Let me begin to adjust this a little bit and get consistent with this. But for the most part, it'll build a good foundation. So I'll say do that. Do y'all got recoil? Bro, Pat intentionally holding me back. What are y'all talking? You tripping. Buddy tripping. My shooting form keeps changing. I can feel in my body the way it moves. How do I change that? If it's always changing and you know what works, always think about what works instead of always thinking about what's changing. All starts right here. It all starts right here. Where do you place your focus? Right? Where are you placing your focus? You placing your focus on what you're doing wrong? You're not going to be able to even do what's right. Look, by always telling yourself what you do wrong and the negatives and shit, you're sending a message to your subconscious to mimic exactly that, to emulate exactly that. And when you play basketball, you're about 90% subconscious. 10%, you know, if you have to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, do those little things, may have to think some things through. But for the most part, you're largely subconscious. And so now you're only going to be able to produce what you told your subconscious to do. Right? And even when you tell yourself to think positively, to always think on the good side of things, right? You're not always going to be perfect. You're not going to be 100%. You're not. You can't be perfect. And you got to accept that in order for you to fully be able to no longer think negative and be able to think positive. So, what are the crucial reads for spacing to attack your defender's position? I got some clips on that, Quessy. I got some clips on that in the AMP breakdown. But I literally just thought about it for a split second. Give me 10 seconds right quick. Answer that question. If you have more players on the right side of the floor than you do the left side of the floor, and you want to drive, why would I drive to the right side where there's more players? And more players mean there's less space. And less space means I can do less things. So I'll go to the left side. Simple as that. I said my jump shot in the Discord. Can you review it? Yeah, I'm going to go through the whole Discord. What do you think of Dakota Rivers? I feel like somebody asked that question the other day. But I haven't really been peeping college hoops like that. Oh, I ain't even showing the screen. I was low-key just watching. What matters is, does it go in? If this is Oscar, this you? If you just sent this? You just sent this just now? But I can't tell you what's wrong, right? I can't tell you what's wrong if I don't know what is going wrong. Listen to that again. I can't tell you what's wrong if I don't know what's going wrong. How do I know what's going wrong? By seeing if you miss shots and how you miss shots. Are you always missing them right? Are you missing them left? Are you missing them short? Are you missing them back rim? Like, how are you missing them? Are you missing them all those ways? Because if you're missing them all those ways, you just don't have a good foundation and structure of a jump shot. So you need to reflect on your own shots and be able to say, okay, why is this shot always hitting the right side? Or why is the shot always hitting the left side? Why am I always hitting back rim? Why am I always missing short? You got to begin to reflect on those misses. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand what is going wrong. So it's going to be hard for me to look at this and say, because I'll be doing you a disservice, right? Understand. Any coach, look, I'm gonna keep it a bean, right? This is when it comes to really being a master of your craft. Any coach who decides to look at your form right here, right now, and tell you you're doing X, Y, and Z wrong is doing you a disservice, because shooting is a customizable thing. Not everybody's gonna shoot the same way, because you could shoot like that, and who says behind that camera you hitting that shit at 90% by yourself, 40% in game? So I'll tell you to change not a damn thing, right? I don't even rap, but if you could also be missing a whole bunch of shots. So regardless, you got to understand the fact that when it comes down to shooting, it just depends if that shit going in, right? It just depends if that shit going in. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you got to do that reflection yourself and begin to say, okay, how am I missing my shots? Can I even get my shot off in the first place to see if I'm missing shots? You know what I'm saying? Because I at least need to be able to get a good shot off. If you're not shooting fast enough, then it's like, okay, I got to now speed up my shot a little bit. Or you can just go back inside the paint and start the fundamentals with the form shots. And I'm going to do the same thing once I finish this with this vert training. You live tomorrow? Now I'm live on Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Where are you getting these quotes from? I'm not getting none of these shits from Google, bro. I'm getting this shit from God. You know what I'm saying? I have not said most of the quotes I done said all the stream before in my life. I'm just flowing. I'm just speaking, bro. I'm just flowing and I'm just speaking. The only things as to which I've got from somewhere was thoughts, feelings, actions, results. I got that from one of my books I read. Every now and then, like I don't really know, like off top, no quotes like that. Shit just be clicking in a certain way. It's just like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, what's good, Hanif? What's good? Some of the best jump shooters all time got a broken jumper. Exactly. They always got something wrong. If you really look at any person's jump shot, they always got something wrong. So it's gonna be. I'll be dumb for me to say that your shot is bad and this don't work if I don't see the result of it. Next time I said a jumper, what should I send? Another forearm shot or midi? I would say you could send your form. I want you to send a a reflection on your jump shot itself. I want you to go shoot. Make 20 shots a spot, right? And then say 10 shots a spot. Make 10 shots a spot. And then I want you to be able to, after that workout, maybe after each spot, think about how you missed all of these different shots, right? Are they going right? Are they going left? Are they always flat? Back rim, front rim? How do they feel, right? I want you to type that out yourself, right? Type that out and send it through. And then I could be able to say, oh, now he's actually reflecting on his own. Because y'all got to understand, I'm going to be live 2 hours for 3 days out the week. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a total of residual time, if I go over 2 hours, maybe 7 hours, 8 hours a week, right? I may try to get some time to respond to DMs, respond to the Discord. So throw it to 8.5 hours a week. That's a 1/3 of a day. There's 7 days in a week. So what percentage is that? Boom, supercomputer type shit. So that's 33%, 33, divided by 7. That may be like a cool 3% of the week, right? Maybe some shit like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if we're talking 8 hours where you have direct communication to me, that may be about 3% of the week or some shit like that. I don't know. But if you really look at it like that, it's like, I'm going to be here by myself with no way to be able to have direct contact with someone who does have the answers, which is why I want y'all to be able to think for yourself in these situations. It's going to help y'all get better. I'm not going to be there in the game when you're playing. It's going to be you and your teammates. Now it's your job to be able to develop that thought and be able to make those adjustments. That's the most important part. So I think I got a good form mid-range, but I need more mid-range. Any tips? It's going to be hard for me to say how to adjust mid-range. Like I said, you need to do that self-reflection and see what is going wrong. Where are the most efficient moves to attack on the weak side on offense? Float, dribble. It depends on you, your movement, and your own bag. But I never feel... Hold on. When I bring the ball up in the court and I want to drive, but I never feel open. Is that just a thing with the confidence and always thinking what might go wrong? Hold on. You said when I'm bringing up the ball in the court, I don't want to drive, but I never feel open. You probably just don't know where to drive. Read the floor. And then once you read the floor, I put it on my story. Isolation, any attacks, right? Not even just isolation. Anytime you attack, you must know your spacing, know your defender, know your bag. Know your bag, I put that dead last because it's going to be natural for you to do moves as to what you're capable of doing. That's natural, right? A lot of y'all place way too much focus on the bag. I put know your defender next because if you're playing in an isolation, you got to know the advantages and disadvantages that you have with the defender. And then I put know your spacing most importantly because it's the most simple, geometrical, mathematical, scientific, the best scientific approach in terms of just going attacking a basketball. It brings the best result because when you have more space, you can do more things and there's less room for error, right? There's less variables you have to take account for when you just get into space. Simple as that. So that's why I said the spacing is the most important part. Once you find the spacing, then you go. Julian Strother. If he's in college, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I don't know. We'll do bet that. I'm looking forward to it. Does chewing gum in game make you play like Jordan? I do not advise you to chew gum in the game and think you're Jordan because it will make your mouth more dry. And now you're gonna be a little more dehydrated. You're gonna be thirsty. And so now you're gonna need to drink more water. And so, I mean, I guess Jordan can do it, but if you want to go try and do it, I don't recommend it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a lot of talking as well. So, you said more range. But you need more range. I mean, you got to shoot middies and threes different. So if you're thinking about more range from the three-point line, those are two different style of forms and jump shots. I got to go do science in a 1v1. I'm cooked. Bro, y'all dumb. Good thing about chewing gum is that it gets you to relax and play a natural game. If it helps you like that, by means, go ahead and do it. Y'all wild as fuck. I don't know who just sent that shit, but you're wild as fuck. You wild as fuck. Appreciate that. And I think we done in the Discord. Hold on, let me just double check. Then we can watch my film. We can watch my film, by the way. I need to post this on my story. Boom. Hold on. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure we good. I believe so. Yeah, we're good. And we're good. And now we're going on to my film. Hold on. Let me post this on the story. Let me post on IG right quick. Let me post this on Instagram. Boom, right quick. You gonna review Ant and Murray after Discord? Yeah, after I watch my game. After I watch my game. Look, hold on. Hold on, let me get this posted right quick. Let me get this posted. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I told you I have 15K, by the way. I told you I have 15K. I'll do it. I'm a man of my word. I ain't gonna lie. I would not lie when it come down to that. Boom. 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 Let's get that. That there. That there. Get that there. Get that there. Get that there. And then we got it. 30K by 2025. Hold on, you think it's too little. You think, hold on, I think you need to think a little bit. You need to think more big picture. When it comes down to that right there, 30K seems a little light. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it. 100K. Y'all gotta think bigger. Y'all gotta think bigger and better, greater, even greater. Let me pull this up right quick. 150, shit. We shooting for the stars. Fuck that. 150. You said it, and I'm gonna say it too. 150 by the end of the year. Fuck that. But boom, I'm gonna play the binaural beat in the background. Or should I just put the sound on? I'm gonna play this full speed as well. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm actually play the sound from the game. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? This is what, maybe like September, 6 months ago. This is like 6 months ago. All right, this is about 6 months ago or so. And so, of course, as y'all should know, I'm right here in the white. Kobe's on, right? I'm always learning, day by day. I'm much better than I was then than I am now. And so this is not even an updated our IRL breakdown, because I've been on the side, right? Now I know video breakdown shit. I've been watching AI. I've been watching a lot of AI, and I'm about to watch a crazy amount of AI because he plays shit simple. He plays the game way simpler than a lot of people nowadays. And so if I could be able to incorporate the simplicity of an AI, of a 90s, 2000s guard into with a similar style and a similar bag of that of modern day, I can't even try to tell y'all what I envision that play style being. I can't even envision y'all. I can't. Y'all just gotta have to see for yourself. This is the one game where I carried you, right? Good joke. Don't forget us when you get famous. I don't forget nobody when I'm famous. I will not. I won't. People saying the same thing on Twitch. When I was on Twitch streaming with two viewers. When I was on Twitch streaming with 2 viewers. Y'all, some of y'all always here for those days. But at least y'all here now, because we still gonna keep growing. And I remember all y'all still in the chat though. But let me see. All this money makes me want to. You tripping? 2 mil if you answer my question. You dumb. Do you have any tips for me to grow taller? I'm still in puberty. My dad's 6'6" and I'm just 6'1". Eat cleaner. Stop eating out. Start eating fast food, processed food, all that shit. Stop eating that. All right, stop eating that. Don't eat chips, sodas, juices. Cut that out. Eat shit that's natural. And download the Yuka app if you need to. You can literally scan shit. You can scan the barcode and it tells you on a scale of 0 to 100 how good it is. So download that as well. I was here since 1 subscriber. Cap. You know what my first subscribers were? Probably like my brothers or some shit. Because I was like, yo, go subscribe. I was like, bet. Cap. It'd be capping. But Let's get to it though. Let me put this in the Discord. Let me drop this in the Discord. Let me put this in the Discord right quick. Put that there. But I like burgers, bro. Depends how a burger is made. I can make a burger from home and make it clean, but if you get one from Checkers, you get one from McDonald's, you get one from Five Guys, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's a different story. But you said smoothies? Yeah, I drink a smoothie every day. It's natural. But all right, let's get started. Because we have a whole nother breakdown after this. You got a whole nother breakdown. I don't fully even remember this game. All I remember is I was cooking. Y'all gonna see my movement pattern as of late. But boom. Hopefully this shit's not too loud, by the way. Hold on. Cool up bucket. Hold on. Could y'all hear this? Hold on. Alright, boom. Alright, y'all should be able to. That show's probably loud as shit. My bad. Modern day Curry. Alright, let's get it. Most of this shit is in the flow. I'm gonna leave it like this. I don't even know if y'all can hear it, but it really don't matter. And mind you, peep my team, right? Look. Before we even get to that, right? But look. I want y'all to understand. If we're going off the eye test, right? This is my first IRL film breakdown, somewhat recent. This was learned 6 months ago. If we're going off eye test, right? Peep the team. This is me right here, Buddy right here checking the rock. Got Buddy on this other side. Then also another Buddy down here, right? And now y'all could kind of guess what y'all want off eye test. Off the eye test, y'all could kind of guess how good other people is, right? So boom, let's rock. And I do like these matchups though because it really challenged me to actually start playing good. So off the right side, you don't know what you want to do, pull up, right? I ain't gonna lie. I really be thinking, I'm like, I don't know if there's someone with a better hezzy pull than me in the city, at least. I like when it gets ugly sometimes. But I'm using it less nowadays though. I'm low-key using it less nowadays. And mind you, peep the range. Just fluidity. And by the way, I don't know if you even peep my jumper, but I got a little bit of a thumb flick. I don't even know if you can see. I got a little bit of a thumb flick. But I fuck with it though. It allows me to shoot from that far, which is why I still keep it. And I don't even know if I'm gonna change it when I redo my form. And so look, y'all gotta understand. Yeah. You see those plays. You see, when you give someone a pass and it's like, yo, you wide open, easy. That shit already hurt. All right, y'all got to understand how things accumulate, right? I hit my first 2 shots. Understand? I hit my first 2 shots of the game, and now he throws that in down there for him to take this, and it's like, yo, you even check up what's going on. He misses, they grab it, and it's like, give me the ball right back. What is he doing? So now at this point, it's like, all right, come on, man. All right, boom, he shot that, he missed that one, short. And I was like, okay, let me be a little generous again. Give it up. All right, that's 2. That's 2 times, right? 2 times. Pat the GOAT. This me in PE. Tripping. And then this one, I did smoke this one because I was being pretty. I ain't gonna lie. I was too casual. I was like, all right, we are 4-0, chilling, right? Got this here, pump fake, pirouette spin. I should have just dunked this right here, if we're being honest. I should have dunked that. That's where I fucked up. Being too casual, too relaxed, too pretty. And by the way, we could barely hear you. Really? Like, what? That bad? Is it like that for real? I damn near got this shit on max. You should start doing men's league content. I think it would be fun. In due time. Don't you put KD in the same sentence as Pat? Yo, we can? All right. I was like, yo, what's going on? But understand, though. They ended up hitting this late. That's 4-1 right there. That's 4-1. Jordan Kyrie hybrid. You're going to see the rest of this game. I think he's talking about the video. I mean, there's not much in here. All you're hearing is squeaking and the ball bouncing and shit. You don't hear, there ain't that much to hear. But fuck it. Actually, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go put the binaural beat in the background. Fuck, so we can really focus. So we can really focus in the motherfucker. Fuck it. Put a binaural beat on. Like we do in the film breakdowns. Like we do in the film breakdowns, just like that. You don't even need to hear feet squeaking and balls dribbling. Getting right back to it. Just like we do regular breakdowns. Pat average 50 points, 25, 11 blocks is fucking crazy. I could get maybe one. Maybe one. But then, getting back to the other side, he fouled. Was that a foul? I don't know. It might have been a foul. Oh, no, he just smoked that. He just smoked that. All right, so now what's the score? I think it's like 4-1 right now, I believe. Y'all can keep track as well, but I believe it's 4-1. I believe it's 4-1. Oh, yeah, this play is nasty. Hold on. I need y'all to get ready. Hold on. This play is tough. This play is OD tough. I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like playing this way no more. I don't like playing this way. Y'all may see me get a bucket like this and you're like, yo, boom, pump fake, step through, shot. Yo, that's tough. I don't like doing that because it's a lot of energy. I want to get straight to my buckets nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cut that shit out. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all even gotta understand, this is Steph Curry special. This is Steph Curry special, bro. This is Steph Curry special right here. What does Steph do every single time he get into a step back? He ain't got nothing. They jump out on it. What'd he do? Travel. I ain't gonna lie. It's a flow. You can't help it. You can't help it, bro. It's just sometimes it's just like, okay, boom. Ah, shit, I don't got that. I got to step forward. You switch your pivot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Count the bucket, though. Count the bucket. Tough bucket. Yo, what's good, P? What's good? Curry with Shaq shooting. Backdoor. I be telling y'all the little concepts when it comes down to back doors. I be doing it too. Right? Notice, even from the start, right? I done hit 3 threes at this point. Hit 3 threes, right? And so from this point, deny, you playing up tight. Notice what I do with my right arm. I'm already getting that shit ready while the ball is getting back to the person who's gonna throw the ball in. So what do? He puts his arm on my side. I put mine over the top. Boom. Lead him the other way. Layup. Easy one. Easy ones. Aaron Gordon amazing. That's what he's there. That's what he's there for. YPK Red Pat. Hold on. Hey, look. I think this was the deal breaker. I gave this to him right here. I was like, all right, let me let my teammate get a buck. Oh, shit. Third time, bro. Third time. It's like, okay, I can't. It's going to be like that. And just even knowing the people here at the gym, it's like, I know my team is way worse than the other people I'm playing against. Because just playing with the people who tend to be there. Like, as a whole, my team way worse. So I was like, all right, I really got to lock in. Plumber teammates. Yo, it's like the 80s. People like that, where you just got to be selfish and stop passing. I ain't gonna lie. Because, look, I gave them chances, though. I gave them their chances. Now you got another lay right there. What's the score right now? Maybe like 6-3 or some shit. I don't know. I think I got the lay. I got 7. We got 7. At this point, I believe. Defense, I ain't really got a guard for real because they got way more mismatches. There's no need to go and try guard me. These guys will force MJ left and they'll destroy him. Do the people at the gym know your channel? A few of them do. But this shit was from a while ago, like I said. And I was just like, fuck it, I got y'all one of these. They work 9 to 5, bro. just like what? Wilt Chamberlain's competitors? His competition? Looks like his competition, bro. Hold on. We getting right back to business. All right. Okay. This is where it starts. This is where it gets busy. Let's get busy, y'all. Let's get busy. Mind you, do you see the distance I got somebody to jump on a pump fake, right? You see the distance, right? That's beyond league range. Pump fake, pirouette, hit that side, step through, right leg, easy. Add that to the board. Okay. Y'all can't see this, but this move was ill. At the end, you're gonna see the finish, but this shit was ill. This shit was tough. Look, y'all can see the end. Hopefully, let me slow this down. Hold on. Let me slow this down. I need y'all to be able to see as much as y'all possibly can. Let me see. Look, hold on. I'm out here. I think I hit a cross size up. Boom, cross. Got that. Hold on. Peep that. Right hand show underneath leg. Come on, hold on. Y'all need to see full speed. I just want y'all to see if y'all can see what I did at the top. That shit was tough. Crossover. Right hand underneath leg. That one surprised me. I was like, yo, I didn't know I had to keep up and under. I didn't even know I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that be surprising me. I'm like, huh. Solid. That was tough. Get right back again. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Let's see what I got. Oh, that's what I got. That's what I got. I didn't even know he was recording. It was just a flow. Hold on. I didn't even know what I had. I was like, oh, I'm gonna let you go cook, Pat. I even remember. MJ did this. He'll be called the best layup of all time. He probably would have got a foot higher in the air, no cap. He said, Pat, you played college? I didn't even play. I stopped right as the season started. You play like Paul George, decent pace, mad nice. I'll say I patterned my game after numerous players. But Pete this though. Spin away, right side. At this point, it's just like I'm flowing. Ain't worried too much about anything particular. Little pound side step, bucket. Little pound side step. We may have like what, 10 at this point, 11 at this point, and I got all of them. Pat, your same as Kyrie, but Giannis handle. Oh damn. You gotta lead somebody sometimes. You gotta lead people sometimes. You gotta lead some people. That's marginal contact. Bucket. Marginal. Don't say it's a foul. It's marginal contact. Right there. Oh, hold on. This is about to be nasty. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie. Just watch. Movement styles. I had to study the likes of Tyrese Halliburton. I had to study the likes of even Jason Tatum at times. You know, Darius Garland, those shifty players to get that twitch. I had to really study how they move. Right? And I even just study how they move. I learned how to move so I could be able to emulate at times. I pull different type of movements out of my bag whenever it happens. This is just tough. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all really had to think, it was like, okay, what type of movement does this really remind you of? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was tough. That was tough, Bucket. It might be our toughest one there. Jump shot in hair like D-Lo. Pat looked like 2018 Braun carrying. It said 2018 Braun. What comp y'all got for me? Hey, y'all got it. Jalen Green been going absolutely insane. I think he saw it, took it personally. Hey, I told y'all, bro. That video dropped. Jalen Green started going off about spacing on that move. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a beam. In terms of spacing on this move, I was not thinking spacing. I'm just flowing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just flowing. And so it's not even like, okay, he cut through, and I realized, all right, let me work my way back to this side and then get that cross. It was probably something I just picked up on innately and just in the moment. It was like, okay, I got room that way, boom. Let him, found a lane, just got that lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't thinking that way at this time. Like now, if I'm hooping now, it's like, okay, I see the spacing, and I'm not even gonna do that whole size up. I'm just gonna go straight to it. Keep shit condensed and simple. Save myself energy. Game not done though. Hold on, game not done though. Game not done. Little lay right there. Had to split the middle. Had to find an easy way to get a bucket. I found an easy way to get a bucket. Because the thing is, you can't get too 3-point hungry, too much jump shot hungry. You can't. You can't. Throw that middle. Got the lay with that right side. I low-key hit him. I low-key need him. Low-key need him a little below the waist. It's all good, though. It's all good. Is that it? Oh, yeah, that was the last bucket. That was the last bucket. That was the last one. That was a game. That was a game time bucket. That was a game time bucket. Pat, when you 1v1 in flight, I don't know, bro. You got to realize, shit like that, that's not even in my hands for real. Y'all got to boost that. Y'all got to boost that. If y'all boost it, if y'all go to them and say, yo, y'all got a 1v1 Pat, y'all got to throw Pat, y'all got to, that's when shit can happen. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not like that, if it's not just smooth and flowing, I don't know if I'm just gonna be out here, yo. That's up to y'all. That's up to y'all. If y'all want to throw my name in there, throw my name in there. And then whenever the 1v1s happen, the 1v1s happen. So Pat got to train, bro. I could train Flight how to get coordinated. The thing though that'll be tough though is discipline. I don't know if Flight got discipline. And you know me. You know me. I don't know if he got discipline. And so when it comes down to that, I got the knowledge. Will he stay disciplined? That's the real question. You 1v1 Flight next year, I ain't gonna lie, that 1v1 might happen. Flight will not score. Especially now with my movement, fuck no, he ain't scoring. He ain't scoring, hell no. How do you become like that shifty? Bro, I learned all this once I stopped playing. I got all the way to NAIA, damn near about D2 level once I stopped playing. Like, I added these skills like the handle. I had no handle in high school at all. When I went to college, I had no handle, right? But damn, I got some shit in my eye. I don't know what the fuck got in my eye, but I added all this shit in after high school, and I was just like, yo, or after I stopped playing, I was like, yo, you can learn this shit. Like once I uncovered the fact that jumping could be learned, that just opened the whole gateway of things. Opened the whole gateway. Like I'm just like, yo, there's not one shit you can't not do. This shit could be learned, and it just takes a matter of having the knowledge and the information to be able to actually do it. Then most importantly, the discipline to apply it. So that's the most important part. What do you think your ceiling is? Like if you went full, do you think what level you'll be in by next season? So if my ceiling, like if I played right now, I definitely think without a doubt I could walk on D1 if I tried out. If I tried out for UCF right now or next year, I may do it next year and do it for like my first IRL joint. I don't even know if I can record it. Actually, I probably can't record it, but I may try out just for the fun of it. I definitely think without a doubt I could play D1. Like anytime I even get in gyms, there'll be random people like, yo, you play D1, you play pro? Like, nah, just hoop. You know what I'm saying? So like I definitely think without a doubt I could get on a D1, especially if I'm sharp, like my hoop routine is flowing, like without a doubt. Will a person Murray break down as a video? I'm not sure, but I can tell you that I'll definitely have Murray clips in the amp breakdown. It's alternating between the two. So, are you working anything other than YouTube? Nah, I'm in school, full time in school, in class, right now. Do you think Flight got more potential than Cash? Probably not. I'm really judging that off of neuroplasticity and receptibility, if that's even a word, to be able to learn. And I know Cash has more than that right now than Flight. And they both have fairly developed brains, right? Fairly developed brains, meaning that since they're older, they're more so accustomed to doing things a certain way. But seeing what Cash has done in terms of basketball, right? Improving his shot, at least for a period of time, having the discipline to go partake in that and improve, And then also like in terms of building muscle, like that's another discipline in itself. To where if I trained a Cash Nasty, I wouldn't have to worry about his ability to stay consistent because he already knows what the consistency takes for him to be great, right? He knows how many times he had to go in the gym and lift these weights when he didn't want to. He knows how to stay disciplined in his nutrition so he don't fall off all the work that he put off in the gym. Like he already got some of the mental components, and so I would say that he has a higher ceiling. You know what I'm saying? If they both said, "Let me lock in and do this," so. How you been doing knees over toes exercises? You got them hops? No, I ain't do no knees over toes. I do the DOR vert program. You know what I'm saying? It's exclusive right now. It won't drop until next summer. But yeah, it won't drop till next summer. But that's solid. 15K when it happens end of this summer. You gonna have 100K? What do y'all want for 100K? I did 15K. My first IRL joint just showed y'all right here. What do y'all want for 100K? Y'all want a 1v1? I may fuck around and do a 1v1 at 100K. I'll do my first 1v1 at 100K. I'm not locking it. I ain't lock it. I'll think about it. I ain't lock it. I'll think about it. We'll see. We'll see. Flight 6'2", he could, bro, his dunk package is probably the goofiest shit that I've ever seen. What though, bro? His dunk package is insane. Crazy uncoordinated, bro, if he can. Let me pull up these clips right here too though. 1v1 is comp though. All right, I'll see. I'm not gonna lock it. But I'll keep that. We keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. And mind you, I'll probably in time I'll get myself to the point where I'm breaking down all my IRL shit. But it just takes more time to invest into it and really get it going. Let me get these ant clips together. Let me get these ant clips, bro. That ant dunk was fucking crazy. I ain't gonna lie. As y'all have already seen. Let me find a bucket by Ant right quick. Oh yeah, we go right here. Hold on. Let me get this posted up on Instagram for Anthony Edwards breakdown because this other one is done. Boom. 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 All right, we can get that. Get that. Let me get this poster right quick. Boom. Gotta hit the double story post. And mind you, bro, that Jordan Poole clip. Hey, I don't know if y'all seen it on Instagram. But I posted a Jordan Poole clip. That shit going off right now. That shit got like 100, 200K views in one day. I posted that shit yesterday. It was at like 20K this morning. That shit going off. Have a good stream. I'll catch you. We'll be live again on Friday. Now it's time for the breakdown. We low-key did take a little long. 1v1 Jason Tatum to start. 1v1 Jason Tatum. I ain't gonna lie. Ant got the face of the league. The reason is only thing holding him back is Minnesota. What's holding Tatum back is charisma and charisma, just character and all. But what's holding Anthony Edwards back is Minnesota. So like Ant has all the components: the skill, the charisma, the relatability, just the likability. But meanwhile, like Tatum, he's not as out there and everything. So it's tough. It's a little tough. He don't got an aura. You know what I'm saying? Ant got more of an aura to him. So hopefully I remember all these clips that I had before. What are the NBA players for studying shiftiness and defender reads? Studying shiftiness and defender reads. The reads you got to study are players you play like, so you could make similar decisions like them. So first things first. And then studying shiftiness, I would even say study shiftiness. I'll tell you just to move, like I was saying before. Don't try to go too deep on something where you, like I already told you what to go about and do before. So stick to what I said. 1v1 versus Taylor Hendricks at 100K would be fire. That's not even up to me, bro. That's him. I don't even know if an NBA player gonna do a 1v1. So it's like that's tough. That's not even on me. That's not even on me. That shit will be. I haven't, bro. Motherfucking 6'10", 6'11". That's interesting. That'll be interesting. I have to really think of new ways to score, and I have to put certain limitations, bro. Hold on. I ain't gonna say no nothing in the paint. Of course, that's I can't do that. It had to be like some shit where I'd have to really game plan, bro. That shit would be tough. Start breakdown. All right, I got you. I catch you, Leo. But let's get it. Lock in drinking water. Y'all put in commands to start a breakdown. Y'all making me not want to start the breakdown. Y'all out here putting in commands to start the breakdown, bro. This ain't no what. I'm a Discord bot. This ain't no Discord bot. Some serve, bro. What are y'all doing, bro? Y'all realize we could all day before the breakdown even start. Should play some Jeopardy music while you at it. But I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right. Let's get it. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. All right, let me restart that. Let's start cooking. Mind you see in the title the next Michael Jordan. Let's next Michael Jordan. Understand this though, right? Everybody nowadays comparing Anthony Edwards to Michael Jordan, but he'll really be MJ if he adds this in, right? He already got a solid post game, but when he learns how to just read baits and read deceptive help defenders and little things like that, and then ultimately be able to keep this dribble alive and say that drop step fade literally will be modern day MJ once he really gets these fades over right shoulder, left shoulder, and spams them because he always has a height advantage. But regardless, this is the first play. He was just getting the feel out for the read, so I can't knock him for not taking that shot right there. He ain't know what to read, so he got that dime though. Understand, we getting back at it. We getting right back to it. Next, Michael Jordan with the left hand. Understand this too, right? When you begin to even think about how Ant gets guarded, he also gets guarded in the same manner of being a rim threat. So look at Michael Porter Jr. Look at the gap he picks him up with, right? He's all the way at the elbow. And so this shows you Porter Jr. wants to protect the rim and will live with the shot, which makes it perfect for a move like this. Hezzy, right there, got him out the play. He's already antsy now. Gets right, don't like the angles. Spin back, pump fake, step through. Solid footwork just like MJ as well. And those reads, he's just playing in the field. So don't think, oh, he's consciously thinking of all he's doing. He's just flowing. John Collins got disintegrated. He got disintegrated, I ain't gonna lie. Because he got dunked on, then he was gone. He didn't finish the game. He was gone. He was disintegrated. That was the disintegration. Right? Gone. GG's, my boy. Loving Hoops was good. But Jamal Murray, you see Jamal Murray in the title. Will you ever review your league? I'm from Europe, and I gotta say, I told you I gotta catch up. I gotta get hip to your league. I know like no EuroLeague players. I'm gonna be honest. I know like none of them. So I'd have to start watching like on the side, like I do with like women's basketball or some shit like that, and then start watching because I don't want to dive into a sport I have no real basis of fundamental knowledge of. So I have to informate myself before I bring some shit to light. Hey, peep this though. We talking about Jamal Murray, right? Jamal Murray as well. And for any of y'all point guards, if y'all need to improve your bag in the pick and roll, y'all need this for your drop coverage bag. These little step-ins where you see that player drop back, learn how to get those from those high ball screens, right? Those little things. And even this too, I want y'all to peep this. This is something I got caught in my thought while I was doing this breakdown. So when you got this screen right here, I'm like, Mike Conley could switch on to Jamal Murray comfortably. He could guard him, right? Why don't you make this switch? And now he ended up getting back there late, and now he had that shot stepping into the deep three. And now I want you to remember this play, all right? Remember this play for the end of this breakdown. Remember. Kendrick Nunn, I heard of Kendrick Nunn been hooping. Should change the name to John the Baptized. John the Baptized, bro. What are you talking about? But I need to lock in. I'm behind you. You aren't going to sleep. Chill. Y'all, if you're gonna stay for the breakdown, let him stay for the breakdown. Let him stay for the breakdown. But even peep this. This is a fantastic play. This is a fantastic play on both sides. There's so many gems within that right there in itself. It's crazy. Understand. I want you to peep both sides, right? So understand. I want you to see this play defensively by KCP and understand how this is good defense. So you got KCP guarding the ball. You got one person left side, Aaron Gordon, 3 to the right. So you want to kind of send him to your left side if you're KCP because that's where he has less space. And so now KCP jumps out, sends him to where he wants to, right? Michael Porter Jr., boom on the plug. But Anthony Edwards, right? Crazy shot making ability because understand his reads in this play, right? This is just read and react. This is something you cannot emulate with cone drills. You just cannot, right? So KCP just sporadically jumps out. He reaches, tween, right? Porter Jr., plug, don't got a lane. Jamal Murray down here, Jokic, snatch back. Now, shot making ability, concentration, through a little bit of contact, bucket. He's got the mid-range. He's got the three. He's got the rim, the athleticism. It's crazy how similar he is to an MJ. Really is. Modern day MJ. And now let's talk about this pick and roll. So, 2 things I want y'all to peep on this. Understand McDaniels. Understand how defenders' habits are within these ball screens, right? They see screens coming ahead, they always gonna jump them. A lot of times they gonna jump them, especially these antsy defenders who want to pressure you, right? So take advantage of that and play with pace. And now, right, when you go and attack these drop coverage, when do you know when you should make a pocket pass? The key to understanding when to make this pocket pass is reading this big right here, right? And notice how Luka Garza moves according to Jamal Murray. As Murray gets down, he's matching all his steps. And that right there shows his full commitment because he's blocking the entire lane. So now Murray gets low, pocket pass to Jokic, boom right there for the flow. And so if you see that player trying to play in between both, give him something a little bite on, right? Make him buy yourself a little more time by maybe putting the defender in jail. So now you can make it tougher for that player to make a decision. And because once they make that decision is when you make your decision. Don't just go out and jump and make a decision. You still streaming? I'm a lucky man. You just finished putting something. All right, bet. We just started this shit too. So you should be good. But understand this as well. Is this the next play down? I don't think it's a couple plays down, a couple plays later. Or is it? No, it's the same joint. I want y'all to peep this with KCP, right? Made shot by Denver, right? They're taking the ball out. KCP is the one that's guarding Ant. So understand that. As the offense is getting back, so is the defense. And this is where y'all really must take advantage of these situations. Because watch KCP, right? Watch what he's doing now. He's continuously dropping back because the defense is not set, right? And on top of that, look at his head. Turns right, turns left, turns right, knows where his help is. So if screens come up, I see Gordon, we could switch. I see Murray, we could possibly switch that as well. So he's dropping back. So he could drop back and under, but nope. Pull it by Ant. Boom, give me another bucket. He's got all the levels as well. Got any tips on exercise to accelerate and explode quickly off the dribble? Get stronger. Get in the weight room, get stronger. I got quicker once I got stronger. Functionally stronger. But peep this. Hold on. I got to talk about. It's hard for me to watch a Denver Nuggets game without mentioning Michael Porter Jr. Sometimes Michael Porter Jr. really makes me question, like, how unfiltered is your brain, right? He gets to switch with Luka Garza. He pump fakes and stops. Nickeil Alexander-Walker switches on to Jokic. But what does Michael Porter Jr. think? Boom, step back. Instead of throwing the ball to Jokic, who got a mismatch right there in the paint. And he breaks that. But it is a good thing at times, though, right? Because if you always tell him to be so hyper-focused on matchups and not always thinking shoot, you limit his ability to be such a unfiltered and just spot up, just shoot anything type of shooter, which you do need, right? You do need it. And so you got to take those, you got to take those with all the ones that he does hit, and it's like, yo, that's tough. So, like, it's once again, it's a balance, right? So Okay, hold on. Sprints also help a lot. Sprints, like I told y'all before, sprints are probably the best plyo. It actually may be the best plyo. But understand this. I want y'all to peep Jamal Murray, right? Look at Jamal Murray defensively. He's about to blow up this entire play because you got Luka guards on the roll. And if you understand Minnesota, guards that don't play that much. And so now he gets this here. He sees a little bit of help, which is really just bait, throws that to the corner. And now you end up throwing that to the corner when you should have had that float. Now you got to swing it back to Ant to take the shot on the wing. And he's able to easily rotate there. Rare air ball. That's a rare air ball. But Luka guards have missed the first opportunity. You just simply got that and floated. Or fake pass, float. Because that was just bait. So that's also another thing as to which experience is practically the only thing that allows you to be able to decipher that. And be able to make those real-time decisions. And peep this also with Jamal Murray. I got a good bit of stuff on Jamal Murray in this breakdown. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes down to Denver as a whole, understand, Jamal Murray is definitely overlooked in the part that he plays with Denver and his ability to play within the system. Because he's not just a good screen setter, he's also a great screen reader. And with setting this back screen on the switch with Ant, he switched and he set a back screen. So he's on his top side, so he slips. And now by slipping, you now force help from the person who guarded you and switch onto the person you screened for. And so once he gets here, I just dump it down to the person that left off of the person that I screened for. And now he gets there with the late defender who I screened, and now AG gets that bucket. It's just smart plays, bro. Smart plays. Understand the scorer's perspective. Understand the scorer's perspective. Now in isolation, when you play with a teammate who's heavy in isolation, you got to also think how they think, right? And so Ant gets a switch on a Michael Porter Jr. This we know is a mismatch. And so Ant gets into his base. He gets into reading the floor. And KCP knows what he does. He stacked up. So what does Ant do, right? He gives it up to TJ Warren so he could force KCP to get out of that lane, right? To force him to commit to a player. And so TJ Warren swings it over to the right side.
But, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Hey, it's Kaz.
What do you know?
Appreciate that sub, right? He swings it back to that right side. But you should have sent it back to Ant, because if you send it back, he could catch and now he could go without KCP sitting there in that help. So you got to also know how that person thinks if you really want to maximize how to play with that player. Yo, what's good? HBR, you said how I've been chilling. Been chilling. Watch some Mike James? Possibly. Not completely sure. But understand this. This move is really perfect for Ant's bag, right? Especially in today's game where he has all levels of scoring. Because like you see on that first play with Michael Porter, hit him with that hezzy. Watch this one right here. Another hezzy on the AG. Now, understand once again, he hezzied, stopped right, spun back to that left side, stepped through for a lay. So understand the habit of that. That should be on the scouting report. And it seems like coaches really ain't do their homework. And so now when you look at Ant, when he spins back over that left shoulder, is he actually going to shoot that, or is he just trying to pump fake and step through? That's where he just got to stay down. And that's where he could be a step ahead. But I want y'all to even understand this play once again. I got another concept I want to talk about with this play. Another concept right quick. So I want y'all to understand, right? This is where highlights have fucked up modern basketball. Because y'all see Ant do a move like this. Hezzy, boom, behind the back, stop, spin, pump fake. And your coach will take you through the same drill, but not understand how all those moves even happened, right? Your coach would take you through the same drill with cones, but you don't even understand how the move even happened. So understand that, right? Let's go back. I want you to even understand all the moves in itself. Right? So first things first, you got to understand your personnel. And he's a downhill player. They don't want to get into the rim. So what could I do when they play in a gap? I get a hezzy. And now after that hezzy, he lost the ball. That's why he couldn't get by. And now boom, behind the back, I now get into space. Heads up over here. Don't like that angle. I spin back. He jumps out. Oh, I'm making these reads live, reactive. And you can't try to just replicate that with a bunch of cones all the time. Impossible. Hold on. Let me not go full speed right there. Let me show y'all this as well. with Ant defensively. This is something so subtle. He didn't get nothing out of it, but y'all can get something from this. Just understanding what he does to certain things. All right, behind you. I'll catch you. But understand this. I want you to even peep this. Something so subtle. So, now defensively, Ant might be honestly the best two-way guard in the league. Keep it a bean. And so this little trait, he's not going to get nothing out of it, but I want y'all to pick up on this for when y'all play defense, right? Reggie Jackson's chilling here at the top reading this action. And once he gets to the skip, Ant sticks that arm out while he's vertical on that skip. So now if he wants to change direction, he's going to have to go through that arm, whether it's going to be a cross, a tween, and now it's even going to make it tougher for his whole frame to get past that as a whole. And so that's something y'all could do once you see this player get vertical, because it's going to make it tougher for them to change direction, and you're going to be ready for that goal going to that left side just by putting that arm out, and now they won't want to go to their left side. In time, I'll probably end up even finding an actual example where he got something out of it, but just understand that concept. Luka guards a low-key he got cooked right there. Yo, what's good? Jordy, what's good? Peep this as well. My bad for keep on going to back. I want to get this play from the start. NBA players, we still cooking. Hold on, we still cooking. Peep this. So Ant's got Christian Brown on him, right? At this point, that whole time, he's just reading the floor. He's scanning. I got Jokic, I got Murray down here, KCP, Watson down there, and Jokic is stacked up, right? So what gaps do I have? Maybe right there. If I try to get around over here, I'll meet Jamal Murray. But he likes the one he got over here, so I'm going to go right? So the most important part now is that on this walk down, the gap's even closer, right? It's even tighter. And so now he's got to find a way to open up that gap. So boom, get left, get back this way. Didn't open up the gap still. But he's still going to attack it, not to score, but only to be able to get here, pull in help defenders, and kick the ball out to put the defense in rotation. And now they're able to get that shot. So once he was able to see, I could have opened up this gap to score. Now I'm going to use this gap to pass. And that's how you play with scoring and passing, and just play the game in layers. Can you get some tips to get in basketball shape and condition? My first year in JUCO, and coach always talks about you got to be in college shape. Diet. That's the quickest way you can do anything. That's something you got to even understand this. I think that may be the most instant result, most powerful, most influential thing you can do to be able to get in better shape in basketball, because that's something you're doing around the clock, right? You're doing that around the clock. And around the clock, that 23 hours that you're not working out, or 22, right? Your body must recover. And if you want your body to properly recover, you must feed your body food that has real nutrients within it, right? And not processed foods, to where you're now eating all this processed foods. It's changing the acidity of your entire digestive system. It's also now stripping your body of minerals just to break down this processed food, because we shouldn't even be having this food in our body. Because if you gave a burger to goddamn a Neanderthal, or if you even gave a burger to Imhotep, right? An Egyptian king, just random name from hundreds of years ago, they might die. They just might die. I know for sure the Neanderthal would die. But Imhotep, if you gave him a burger, he might die, just because our bodies are not supposed to have this food, and we've just grown accustomed to it. And so when you just think of that, all right, I want my body to be able the best it possibly could be in, have all the necessary energy it needs, all the proper nutrients, have the maximum recovery that it needs for me to be able to play at my best. And so if you begin just to take away the processed foods, the fast foods, the chips, the sodas, the juices, apple juice, orange juice, candies, take away the junk food, and then I promise you're already going to see leaps and bounds into your conditioning. And you don't even have to do a drill. You'll just have more energy available to be able to use. So that's the one thing you can do right now that'll help you. So if you really do want to get in shape, change your diet. Keep cooking. The videos make me better. Indeed, we ain't gonna stop Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams, and you also know Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday videos and shorts. I mean 3.5 to 4 calories a day because I need to gain weight, and honestly I feel good while playing and my balance hasn't dropped yet. I mean, if it's working for you, by any means. If I just know if I ate 3.5 to 4K calories, I'll be cooked. I'll be cooked. I ain't gonna I'll be cooked. I'll be put on so much weight so fast because I'm 6'1". I'm about 6'1", 170. Like when I'm really light in body and just movement and everything, I feel sharp in mind as well. I'm about 171, right? About 171. And so like of course I could put on more weight naturally and like progressively do it, but I just like the weight I'm at right now. So I'm not really trying to push that anymore past what it is. Do you think it's the best to build a dynasty off? Ant or Wemby? Ant or Wemby? 6'1", 70 kilos. You might be like the same. Just like what? No, I'm a little heavier. It's like what, times 2.5? Or no, we might be like the same, similar size. We just probably had different frames. 6'4", 175 right now, trying to get into like the 190s. Don't try to force your way into the 190s, because if you put on weight that your body doesn't need, you're going to move worse and you're going to be slower on the basketball floor. And the only thing that matters is how you perform in basketball. If you build functional strength and add, say, 3 to 5 pounds, that'll be better than just you trying to get strong and adding on 15 like that. I guarantee you. If you just start lifting for basketball, functionally lifting for basketball, you'll put on maybe 3 to 5. It'll make it feel like you done put on 10, 15. But you just put on muscle in the right spots to where you're getting hit in the post, you're solid and you're balanced. You're going off the screen, you're shooting off a curl, off the move, you're balanced in the air. Somebody's trying to bump you on your drive, right? Trying to get you off your line, you're balanced on that drive. Just because you put that muscle in the right spots. So be careful of that as well. Be careful, extremely careful. But boom, hold on. Let me get some water. The same height, but we're skinnier though. I ain't gonna lie, I'm fairly thin because I have long arms. I have a fairly thin frame. I ain't gonna lie. So my upper quads are low key pretty strong because my bounce. No cap though, but understand this as well with Ant. Look, Ant when he plays in transition plays with pace as well because it's gonna be able to allow him to do this. You got KCP. Look at KCP. Right arm comes out, right? And so Ant is actually able to read this instead of forcing his way down the floor and just playing with athleticism all the time. So now, Jokic comes on the double. What does Ant decide to do? Boom, in and out, get KCP to jump right. Jokic still on that left side, get that gap to the middle. And even though he gets here through all this contact, no foul call, boom, they get that put back. They need to start giving Ant those foul calls in the playoffs. Because if they don't, they're absolutely cooked. They're cooked. Like, I mean, when I tell you they're cooked, if you don't get those calls, they're cooked. they're more cooked than Jordan Poole in isolation as a starter. Like, it's old. Like, it's done. It's GG's. It's a well done steak if you don't get that. That's how cooked they are. That's how cooked they are, bro. I don't know. Where did you play in college? I went to I was a freshman and I stopped playing like my first year. I went to Ave Maria. It was at NAI. My first year, COVID year, graduated, ended up going to play, and then start of the year, I was like, nah. Start of the year came around, had no gym. It just wasn't the wave. It wasn't the way. It wasn't the way. Let me put it like that. It wasn't the way. But let's keep this going, though. Let's keep this going. Peep Jamal Murray. I got a lot of gems on this. A lot of y'all can learn from this right here, especially if you hoop. But peep Jamal Murray right now, right? So you got this action going on this weak side, this little pin down, or he cuts. Understand, playing on this weak side on defense, you must be able to see the ball and your man. Jamal Murray has his chest flat to where the ball is. And so now if he wants to be able to split and be able to see the ball and his man, he can't. He's going to have to turn his head like this, right? And the only way you'll be able to split and be able to see both is if your chest is to man and your eyes are split down the middle, because you could only see like this far. And so if your chest is this way, you can only see this far. How are you supposed to see back there, right? How are you supposed to see like back there? It's impossible, right? You can't do it. And so now what's going to end up happening is that once they run this action, he goes right behind him, right? He goes right behind him. And he's a little late on this, stops for a second. Conley ends up getting a solid look. Even though he does miss it, you let him get loose, and he got a clean look. So it's about the quality of the shot that they ended up getting, not so much whether they made the shot or not. Because if they get high quality looks, that means it's a bad habit that you have as a defense, and that must be fixed. in a soundboard. Am I cooked? Jokic got a club? I mean, I don't think so. Y'all keep asking, am I cooked, bro? Opinion on Dennis Schroeder? I can't say. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I have no clue. How can I improve the mental side of basketball? Lately, I've been feeling as if I got worse, even though I've been practicing a lot. Where does that come from? You got to look at the root. You got to look at the root of that. Like, you got to spend time and like sit back and say, why do I feel like I'm getting worse? Am I always reflecting on my negatives and not always thinking about the positives? Which usually probably is. Where if you're making these mistakes and making these bad decisions and shit like that, you'll always harp on that all the time, but now you only replicate that, even though you're getting to the court and you're making shots. Maybe one thing you just need to do is start remembering all the good shit that you've done on the floor instead of thinking about all the bad shit that you've done. Maybe you just need to start doing that. Start doing that. I promise it'll help. And a lot of y'all be too hard. A lot of hoopers just be way too hard on themselves sometimes. Not to say that you shouldn't, but there gets to a point to where if you're that critical of yourself and always think about the negatives you've done without thinking about a solution to it, it's only gonna hold you back, right? And so I want y'all to peep this with Jamal Murray. I hit the unmute button. Let me slow this down. I gotta slow this down. This shit gonna play. 0.5. Let's go 0.5. I want y'all to peep this. This is super strategic, right? Look, I really want y'all to watch. Look, peep Jamal Murray, right? He goes left. Look at his stop. At this point, he has all the leverage because I really want y'all to understand the help defense in accordance to his stop. So understand, I want y'all to really watch Kyle Anderson and then watch McLaughlin is his name, right? Watch McLaughlin. So look, really watch Jamal Murray. So boom, he goes left. Jamal Murray, he stops. Now McLaughlin, he's also there. He plugged, and that's why Jamal Murray stopped, right? And so at this point, Kyle Anderson, he also stopped because Jamal Murray stopped. And now Jamal Murray, he hops back a little bit. And so now McLaughlin, what does he do? He hops back because once he seen Jamal Murray stop, he thought his job as a defender, as a help defender, was done. And now Kyle Anderson, hop back, Hezzy, you jump. And that's how you could open up a new gap while you're going to your drives and trying to get to the rim. Using those stops and starts, using those little hesitations. Breaking your drives with a hesitation will open up a gap that was not there when you first started, but will create it once you get there, just because of stop and the start. And now right here, this is a read, right? This is for all y'all to be playing in the post. I'm a short forward, makes me play guard, way bigger players. Am I cooked? Bro, you a short, small, bro, then if you're a short, small forward and my coach makes you guard way bigger, find a way to guard bigger players then. Seek a solution and stop looking at the problem. Peep this with Aaron Gordon though, right? I ain't gonna lie. I was watching this live, right? Or not live, but as I was watching this through, I was like, I seen Aaron Gordon catch. He leans. I was like, he's about to fucking spin. I literally was sitting here. I was like, spin move. And then he continued to spin. And I was like, what gave that away? Right? Y'all really got to understand. Yeah, I really got to understand, like, there's giveaways to certain things. And so, when you play defense, there's giveaways to moves. And so, if you want to be able to read when a player's going to do a spin move, watch how they lean their body. Aaron Gordon catches, he leans like this, right? And what that's going to do is put their weight onto the weight of the defender who has their forearm on them, right? Or on you. And then what they're going to try to do is spin off that weight that they're just trying to hold you there for. And so, boom, he spins right off that weight and is able to even read that weak side, get that leg. And so you just got to see those little things as to which, okay, he's trying to get to the rim. He's trying to do a spin, or he's trying to do this. He's trying to, like, you got to pick up on those for different moves. And that's how you really get good as a defender with your anticipation. What things you work on as a smaller guard? Catch and shoot, playing off the ball, playing off the catch, and a floater. Simple as that. Those three things. And so I even want y'all to understand this. Remember the play I showed y'all earlier with Mike Conley? And I was like, yo, why don't you just switch this, right? I got another play later right? That's going to show exactly why they never switched this. And I didn't pick up on it till the fourth quarter. And I just want to show y'all that because as I'm watching shit, it's like I want y'all to even be able to see the thought process I have to certain things at times. You know, everything's not as clear as it may be. There's always layers to certain things. And so I just want y'all to remember that. So now with Jamal Murray, once again, peep this. Jamal Murray now gets left. And now Jaden McDaniels there, Michael Conley on that screen. I'll have to hook this over there through McDaniels. I don't like that pass, right? I don't like that pass. And so at this point, look at his left arm. Calls up for a screen with Christian Brown, right? So now he could get his next mismatch. And that's important to know as a player on the floor, as a scorer. Where are my opportunities? Where are my matchups? And so now McLaughlin, he gets here. And now McDaniels, he's going to continue to fight, of course. He's going to fight. And so now he changes direction. Stop. What does McDaniels do? He stops. What does McLaughlin do? He leaves. The same concept I just showed y'all before. Y'all got to really understand, right? I need y'all to really understand the defensive habit of help defenders and trailing defenders. Look at this. Jamal Murray gets left, right? McLaughlin shows Jamal Murray stops. McLaughlin's trying to get back. What does McDaniel do? He stops, and McLaughlin leaves. And now this opens up a gap for Murray to get to his left for that pull-up right there and then. And I even wanted to show y'all another reason why y'all mess up on your stops in the mid-range for jumpers. I got too many gems on this play. I got too many gems, right? The reason why y'all get into the mid-range and you make these stops and you can't get a clean look off and you always get contested, heavily contested, is because it's one thing. It's just one thing, right? This is the one reason. Watch Jamal Murray's left foot, right? He plants it right here. Notice where it is when he gets into a shot. The same exact spot, as a matter of fact, a little bit further back. Because he's now no longer eating up this gap that he created between him and McDaniels by McDaniels trying to go downhill, stop, and get to that contest. He stopped in the same exact spot. Got that right foot underneath him, then got into the shot. So he don't see that contest. Y'all be eating up that space because y'all let that foot drag and get forward. Y'all let your body in a momentum drag forward. And the reason why that even happens, probably just don't have strong enough legs. Because you can't stop yourself in one spot and stay there. How much did Jordan score this game? 30. He scored 30. He scored 30. That was funny. Just stupid. He said he literally referred to him as Jordan. But I ain't gonna lie, him being in Minnesota is tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. But Pete, this as well. This is why patience is vital. So you got Michael Porter Jr. who set the screen, right? And now he ends up getting this little switch. And now he decides to go right here, right now, because, all right, maybe I could get this gap right here. Michael Porter Jr. is not spaced. So he's guarding two players in one spot. And now Monte Morris just gets that steal. Whereas, say you get this, you let Michael Porter Jr. go, now you can play ISO instead of trying to say, oh, I see this gap. Let me try to get through it. So just allow players to develop space. It's going to allow you just to get more buckets. I plan on being a D1 walk-on at HBCU. What things should I work on to put me above the average college hooper? I'm 5'9", really athletic with handles and a decent shot. Communication. Provide the not necessarily intangibles, but provide some of the skills that people overlook. So like always be someone who's talkative, always be someone who knows the game since you're also 5'8". You got to make sure you're knowledgeable of the game, which means, okay, let me tune into some of the DOR breakdowns. Let me make sure I do my own film study. Let me look back on my own film. Let me do my own, you know what I'm saying, learn my own lessons when it comes down to hoops. You got to be able to outsmart. You got to be able to outwork. You also got to be able to, like I said, pick up on the skills that you don't even need to really work on, like communication on defense. Be the person that always communicates. And also on offense, be the person to understand where people need to be to maximize the offense. And like you pick up little skills like that, the things people don't pay attention to, it's automatically going to set you apart because you already have some sort of natural skill. So pick up on those things and it's going to allow you to push right past all your competition. The standing at the bottom of that, Murray mid-range said the Rockets 33-25. Yo. But peep this. Hold on. Peep the layers. The DOR breakdowns of the La Podcast. La Podcast. Look. Hey, now once Ant begins to really play here and playing layers like he's about to do now, tough. Especially in the playoffs, that's where it's going to be the best, right? And so now notice what Kyle Anderson does. Set that screen here. You got Jokic on help. He slips out on a screen to force Jokic to stay in help, drops it down to Kyle Anderson, right? And now this next play down, like I said, playing in layers. Watch what he does now. I need to put this in 0.5 so y'all can really see, right? He catches here on this right side. And now I don't feel like passing no more. I want to score, right? And so what is Ant going to do once he gets into the post now? Because he has this gap here. Jokic is helping a little bit. And so how can I maximize this angle to be able to get to where I want, which is the rim? Where he's going to go is through KCP, right? He's putting this shoulder and trying to get through KCP because also I have the weight advantage. I'm stronger. He don't want to face that contact because he know he's not going to win. And so what is KCP going to do? He don't even want to try to get that contact. He's just going to be sitting here swiping with arms because that's his only hope. And now he gets hit, boom, gets up, gets that foul. And so that's how you're able to get through these angles. And I got a few more clips to show y'all how to be sharp with angles outside of the post as well. How to deal with aggressive, boring ass, no life you call them boring defenders, but they aggressive though. They hyper aggressive. They always be everywhere though. But I would say use their speed against them. You got to learn how to show them that you're a threat. Meaning, okay, if they're always trying to speed me up, I'll let them speed me up until I want to slow down. Then I'll get to a stop. And that's you're going to end up creating space, right? And by using these timely speed ups, right, where you're deciding to, all right, let me make a go move, then bring it back. When you do that timely and you could actually get them to break their base and bring that back, that space between you is going to get larger each time. And they're going to be more conservative because they understand the fact you could get past them and get to the rim, put the defense in rotation. And that's what they don't want to happen. Just the simple thought of doing so is going to make them want to play a little more conservative. So utilize pace, tempo changes. Yeah, utilize pace, the tempo changes, starting and stopping. Get comfortable with that, and also make sure you're low. You got to make sure you're low as well, because if you're not low, they can control your hips. They control your hips, GG's. But peep this too. Look, with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, they have nonverbal communication. He's just looking at the Jokic, and now he's just reading him, right? Jokic got his hands on the side of Garza, boom, slips that out, throws it over the top, no help defense, he gets that layup. With your bigs, if you're a point guard, you need to be able to have that nonverbal communication. Even with wings, any teammate you play with that you know who likes to cut, who likes to make these unique type of reads and get in these certain spots, you got to have that communication. You got to be on the same page. And that's one thing Murray and Jokic got over like the whole league in terms of a two-man game. And I'll peep this. Hey, I don't know if Quessie's still here, but this is the play I was talking about with spacing. It's just so simple, right? Once you begin to really look at what is going on instead of what a player is doing, you'll see why they make the decisions that they do. And right, he goes right, he gets a switch off of KCP. Now he has AG. Now that switch occurred on his right side, and now look at Jokic. He's now stepping over to this right side as well. And so Anthony Edwards, I get to his left side because the next layer of help I have here, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic who's in a drop. Whereas if I went right, KCP is right there, and I have nothing except for maybe for a mid-range jumper, which I probably won't have because AG is going to be ready for it. And so now he just has a whole bunch of room to put pressure on Jokic to make a decision. He just stops, steps through for a second, gets that flow, gets a bucket. Just read spacing before you make your attacks. And now, once again, defensively, McDaniels. Anytime players guard the ball, especially high, they always so ready to anticipate screens. But you take away this one angle, you leave another one wide open. Which is why, as a defender, you just got to stay disciplined and to whatever play style you have with you and the person guarding the screener. Angles once again. Hold on. These is tough angles. These is OD tough angles. These angles right here, crazy tough. I really want y'all to peep these angles. Maybe one of the best plays in terms of angles the whole time, right? Look. After he brings the ball back out right here. Look. At this point, right? This is how you're able to get through gaps. Watch Ant's feet. Look. At this point, he starts right here. Right? Boom. Left step occurs. Right step. Left step again. he's curved. He has a wider angle, right? That angle's curved out. And now notice where he's going to end up after Jamal Murray sitting right here in this help, right? Right step, here. Ball, cuffed. Left step, right step. That right step ends up further inside than where that left foot started when he decided to get through that gap, which means he's trying to get through KCP and get to the rim, which has now put pressure on Jokic also to help in. And so now once he gets there, drop off the guards and he gets that float. And so y'all got to understand, if I want to get through gaps, I can't just try to go through the gap and get out into space. I have to go through that gap by getting through my defender, so now he makes more space on that gap as well. Y'all be going too far out of contact, and y'all end up being in a spot, say, y'all end up trying to say it's a gap like this. Say it's a gap like this one right here. Y'all end up over here because y'all see space. Y'all go into space over here, but you got to get through this player right here. You got to get through him. Attack him. But also at the same time, you got to be careful because some of y'all don't got that cuff. Y'all don't got that cuff, it's going to be tough. And you got to be strong enough to actually use the cuff. You got to be strong enough to use the cuff, most importantly. So even peep this as well with Ant. Once again, all levels of scoring. This is modern day MJ because he do got the three. You got Jamal Murray switching back, most importantly. Watch Ant's pace. Little stutter steps so that he cannot alert Jamal Murray too early and just get into that pull-up while he's still sagging back. So now pull up over the top. He gets another bucket. Cuff, tough. I like the rhymes. Shit dumb. Not even intentional, bro. I'm not no rapper. Don't confuse me for a rapper. Peep this though with Ant. You know how many times Ant done spammed the same move throughout this game, and it always worked because he's a rim threat. It's really perfect because you got Aaron Gordon going back, show eyes, show the ball for a second. He jumps up. Now I'm just getting to my bag. Everything's smooth. I don't lose the rock no more. Lay on that left side of the rim with the right. So that hezzy in Ant's bag, extremely vital because defenders know we don't want him to get to the rim, but he also got a jumper, which makes him so tough to guard. If like I know a lot, but it's hard to add it to the game because you don't have a lot of time to think. The thing is, what you have to do is you have to think, let the fact of something be, let it go, and then do. Right? You gotta let it go, then do. And even once you do go and do it, for example, like if you want to work on a certain skill when you work out, you have to tell yourself, okay, I have to stop doing this and I have to peep this. Right? You have to mentally get reps in, get the visualization of you doing something different than you did before in action. So now once you decide to actually go and do the certain thing, you can now go and replicate that. You know exactly what to do. It just takes a lot of experience, which is what a lot of players try to avoid. Because if you want to get better at something, you must be direct. If I want to get better at reading pick and rolls, I must go and do a lot of pick and rolls. And I must go through the fairs as well. And just as I do it more and more, it becomes second nature. Right? But if you decide not to go and get the experience, if you try to dodge and weave the experience, you just won't get better at it. Simple as that. So you need the experience. You need to get the reps. You need to get the visualization, not just from the film, but from the actual partaking in the action. Then Peters with Jamal Murray. Once again, with y'all guards, y'all need a good, diverse bag of drop coverage shots. Because once you get here, you'll also need this hop. He did low-key get hit on his hand. I don't know if that's a foul or not. Hand may be a part of the ball, but you need that hop and you need that 1-2 step in if you face a lot of drops. All right, I'll catch you, Hanif. I'll see you, Hanif. I want y'all to peep this as well, though. I want y'all to peep this, right? So look, understand this here. So Ant gets this catch, switch on to Jamal Murray. Now, just like MJ, what are you gonna do with a smaller matchup, right? He gonna get inside the arc, but right there and then in the middle of the floor, you gotta be careful because you're lucky Michael Porter Jr. doesn't have the IQ to decide to just run up from behind and blow this entire play up, because you will not be able to make a pass back to his right side if your chest is turned the opposite way, right? You're lucky he did it, but he does have that fade, and once he decides to really start spamming this fade, good luck guarding him. Once you get these guards on him, it's gonna be barbecue chicken. So inspirational, bro. You're always looking at the stat line, bro. Always looking at the stat line. But once again, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, nonverbal communication, right? So understand the timing of Jokic's role and when he stops it. So when Jamal Murray gets right, and the second that he stops, look what Jokic does. He stops and he turns because he knows Murray is now going to look for him and he doesn't like the options he has going right. So now he's going to seal, back down, get the catch, turn immediately before he can get doubled and get that two. They both on the string. They don't even need to say a word. And now here once again, I want y'all to even understand this. This will really make Ant tough to guard. Look, this what makes Ant damn near unguardable. Look at Ant, right? He gets his catch. Hold on, that was a crazy flashbang. I hate when that shit happens, right? Notice, right? Look, Ant gets his catch. That's the gap he has between him and Jamal Murray now. Watch when he faces up, right? He's gonna face up. And now, he created all that space between him and Jamal Murray, right? He created all that space between him and Jamal Murray off of the fear of him being able to drive, off of intimidation alone. And that shows y'all as players, if I want to be able to get open shots like this, I now must get good at driving, because the drive and the threat of me getting to the rim will force the defender to play further back. And you can't just be a good shooter, especially if you want to be a good scorer. You must have a good finishing game, and you must have a good shot. Whatever one you're better at, regardless, they both got to be elite in whatever ways to which you decide to be a good shooter. Pete this in transition. While watching these Jordan highlights, he rarely passes open pick and rolls, and I would say 100%. He said rarely pass the open pick and rolls. That's wild. But I mean, that's not his game though. Out of bounds. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Luckily they ain't win. But Pete this with Ant though, right? Look, Pete this with Ant. So look, Ant on this weak side, he gets this catch, right? Jokic has to play in rotation. I want y'all to even understand this about habit. Look, he pump fakes. Jokic still knows he's out of position, right? But he's still on the side. And as Watson steps over, I want y'all to peep Watson. This is going to show how everything just added up. So when he gets his catch, boom, you see Reggie Jackson push him up. He pump fakes, he drops back. And on top of that, you got Kyle Anderson running the rim. And so now Ant gets into the paint, and he's attacking a Watson who's going backwards, and not a Watson who's just sitting there playing help, because Kyle Anderson, he has to pick up on him running the rim. And so now, boom, right there, Euro step, bump, hang in the air, right, lay. That's tough. Little details as well. Pete this in transition with Ant. Pete this bucket in transition. Pete this. So Ant got the steal right here, right? And so notice, I want y'all to peep his head. Peep Ant's head. I'm gonna have to slow this down even more because it may be a little too fast, right? So look, Ant got the loose ball. Watch his head as he gets down the floor, right? He catches, looks left that first time, right? Continues to go, looked at Christian Brown. You seen that, right? All that for him, once again, to look. So he could be able to maintain a good pace and step into this three. So he assures nobody's behind him. Because as a defender, you just have no clue what he's about to do, right? He just had to make sure he had no one behind him so he can now be able to comfortably pull up with the defender who's moving back. And so now I just get into this pull up. I don't even see you. Boom. That's a bucket. And I ain't gonna lie, he started feeling a little different after this, because the way he started cooking, the way Denver was guarding him, they know it was takeover time. It was MJ time, just like Jordan was, right? Pete this, he was getting hot. So now he got KCP. Solid defender, but just not enough, right? Just not enough. And so what ends up happening is double team comes. Well, now what does Ant think? This is literally MJ mentality. Y'all even got to understand. This is MJ mentality from Ant, because after hitting that shot feeling good, you just took the lead for the first time since the first quarter. You now get this double team, and what does Ant think, right? Instead of, I got an open teammate, I work my way away from the defense. Let me try to get into a shot. You lucky I don't feel comfortable. I'm going to pass this one up. Just know damn well I ain't going to pass up the next one. And you lucky you hit that one. Actually, you missed it, which is why I'm not going to pass this next one right here. Understand, right? Understand. I passed the ball one time. Passed the ball one time. And you can't hit the shot when I get double? Just know what's going to happen the next time. Hit a tween right here. I'm chilling. Seeing when the defense is going to come over. Christian Brown on the double team. Instead of thinking open teammate, you missed a chance the first time. I pull up over the top. And regardless, I missed, but you got to live with those if you want to have a player of that caliber. Comes with the game. And even I want to say this too. You know, Rockets won 6 straight games and 8 of the last 9. Have an easy ass schedule like they about to make the play-in. I don't know about that. I don't know about the play-in. I don't know if the Lakers are going to give up that 10 spot. I don't know if the NBA is going to even allow that. But peep this. I even want y'all to understand. It may have looked crazy. I want y'all to really look at this shot by Ant, right? Look at this shot by Ant. At this point in the game, he's cooking. And so he ends up getting a double team. But when you cooking, if you ever been cooking before in the gym, you've been hooping, you know the shots that look crazy aren't that crazy to you. Because he's in rhythm right here. And although we see it as you got 2 hands in your face, Ant sees it as I feel good as shit. I know I can let this shot off and I trust myself to hit it, even though he missed it. So that's not as bad as the shot as it looked if you're thinking and you're feeling in Ant's shoes. And now here too, defensively with Ant, right quick. Something so subtle. This is how you could understand. This is how you could use your knowledge of offense to play better defense. And so Jokic gets this catch, right? Ant goes on the double on the catch. And now when he goes to double, you leave a gap. And now you should think, okay, if someone leaves a gap for me when I'm playing in the post, what am I going to do? I'm going to get here. I'm a low rip through probably through this gap as well. And so now you got to make sure you not just close the gap, but even if that occurs, make sure you just don't reach. And he didn't. This is a good job. But you just got to make sure you don't close the gap because you know they're going to split the gap if you leave it open. And so that's how you convert both sides of the ball. A lot of people don't realize, but they already got all the knowledge they need for. They already got all the knowledge they need to play defense. They just need to flip it and use it as a defender. Yeah, you only shoot them when you be on fire. But hold on, I want to talk about this too. Let's speed this up. I want to speed this up. Look, so understand, right? And I ain't gonna lie, LeBron was not when he was talking about the 2-for-1. Cause watch this right here, right? Look. 33 seconds left. Ant gets down the floor, tries to go quick. He gets stripped trying to get a shot for a 2-for-1. Now what ends up happening is Denver comes down. KCP got this here. Boom. He hits that. That's a 6-point swing, right? And now notice what happens the next time down. McLaughlin gets this right here. And now late shot clock right here. You throw this away. All trying to get a 2-for-1. And what did you end up getting even on this other side? This is the shot that you ended up getting. You got what? A 3-for-2? And you got 1 field goal attempt. You got a 3-for-2. 2 turnovers and a field goal attempt. Meanwhile, they ended up going to hit a 3. Should have just taken a quality look at 33 when you had that shot clock right there. Or you had that clock at that point. Dumb move. That was a dumb move. So, let's slow this down and get right back to it. Hopefully I don't get no copyright for that. Facts, not like Tatum be shooting. Hold on, let me get some water. Peep this right quick, though. Peep this. Jamal Murray is an underrated passer. You always think of Jokic being the dimer on the team. But Jamal Murray, he be diming shit, too. Y'all just don't really be peeping. He knows angles damn near just as well. Like, when he come off the screen, all right, I know got Gordon over here. Short roll on that. Behind the back. Even though he did miss this one right here, just understand the pass in itself, the angles. We all smoke some, but it's about the play that was made. Still waiting for LeBron to start capping. I think it's inevitable. Yo, this shit wild as fuck. But peep this. I want y'all to understand reads. Understand why players make certain drives. So, once again, you got to see like the player you're watching if you want to be able to emulate that player. And this is MJ-esque, even at an Ant, right? So, as a whole, you get this mismatch on the side. You got everybody loading up, guarding him practically the same way as he would in this game, right? And so when Ant gets this catch, what's going to happen is you see Morris on this clear out. He's going to this corner. And now he's got Reggie Jackson on him, but notice what Holiday does. He's baiting this help. So if Ant goes left, he's sitting there waiting and is going to step up. So now what does he end up doing? Goes right, KCP on the plug, Michael Porter Jr. on the plug, kick out to McDaniels on the wing. And so that only really transpired. I don't want to go left. I'm going to go right. Warriors in 10th. 2 games ahead. Oh, damn, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I thought the Lakers were in 10th. That was probably a couple days ago, though. But peep this as well. Peep this, too. I just want y'all to see how Ant missed this shot right here, right? And I want y'all to even remember this shot as well for the end of the game. Because if he wants to be like MJ, he needs that clutch gene as well. And now fourth quarter gets tough, right? We skipped a lot of time in this fourth. But it's the details that matter. So by the time this point in the fourth quarter rolls around, right, where it's crunch time, you now must learn how to maximize all the opportunities that you get with all the little details. And so Ant ends up getting over here. And as you've known this entire game, any handoff, any pick and roll, Jokic is going to show, right? And so how can you maximize this and put pressure on him and utilize the gravity of the roll from Kyle Anderson that's going to happen after the handoff, right? He ends up getting here. You see how wide out he got from that? You saw how wide he got from that? Understand how you can really maximize this. Because if he got off shoulder to shoulder, right, that'll allow him to be here, be able to put KCP on his side, trailing even, possibly. And then now once Kyle Anderson rolls, it'll pull Jokic down and put a lot of pressure on even on Jamal Murray. And so now you could ultimately just develop quality looks just off of playing smart and by playing according to detail and just being meticulous in your angles. Mike Conley did get fouled right there, though. He ended up going to the line. But you got to maximize what first happened before anything else does happen. And now I want y'all to remember this. Remember the plays I was telling you about with Mike Conley, right? Remember, those plays I told y'all about Mike Conley. Why did they not switch this? This is why they didn't switch it. I didn't realize this until the fourth. Because once you switch from Mike Conley onto Jamal Murray, that first action, they're going to get into another one. Now you got Mike Conley with Jamal Murray and Jokic. And now you're gonna switch this. And that's the tough part about it, right? This is the tough part about it. Because even they ran it the first time, they didn't get the switch. Second time, they got the switch. And now it's like, damn, we're helpless. We're damn near helpless at this point. Because we got Mike Conley on Jokic. What could we do? You're going to double team. You got shooters all around. Essentially, I would try to say fuck it, close out or something. But you got to live with whatever you want to give up. Got to live with it. And now, right quick, for the scores. Guess what are the two teams with the highest active win streak? Magic and Rockets. Am I right? I think we on a 4-game win streak. I might be right. So I want y'all to understand this. For anybody who gets denied like Ant does right here, this is the way you could get open, right? Understand. He ends up leaving right there because he just don't got to look. But at this point, this is where you could get open. Because when you decide to go up and lift, this player who denies will also lift with you as well. And in that lift, that now leads to your opportunity to get a back door. And now you pull in help. You can make plays or you can finish at the rim. Just be a player at that point. And I just want to show y'all the end of this game. This was kind of crazy. Then it was kind of this ending was a little wild. And so this is where you must activate the clutch gene because your teammates kept you in the game, right? You down 4 right here. McDaniels pulls up for 3. All right, we down 1 at this point. They get the ball out quick. Jokic ends up getting the ball right here to Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray now, boom, he gets there. He gets fouled, right? And so now Jamal Murray goes to the line. Takes that first one. Hits it. Next one, let me speed this up a little bit. Takes the second shot. Boom. Hits it. And now, this is where you must be clutch. This is where you must activate that gene. You down 3. You got 4 seconds. And really, y'all gonna see how this play transpires, but for Ant to be able to get down and end up getting here and getting a look like that, let's flash back to that last shot that he had where he was in that left corner and he missed short. Right? He missed that one short. He pulls up from 3 right here. He hasn't gotten too many looks. Hey, cool game. Appreciate that sub. He hasn't gotten too many looks this entire quarter to find his feet, to find his rhythm. He pulls up again. He shoots that. He's short. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Even without Cat, Naz Reid, or Rudy Gobert, they only lost by 3. This series might really be comp. This series might be comp if we get to see it. They may be the most formidable opponent for the Denver Nuggets. And so that's the end of the stream. How do you get 15K subs? Discipline. All it is. What's the best you take notes while watching the film? Take notes only on the things that relate to you. I talk about a lot of stuff because there's going to be a lot of people that may watch. And so there's going to be a plethora of things that relate to a plethora of people. And so just take notes on the things that relate to your game. You could think, oh, I've been here. I need to adjust this or I need to do that. You know what I'm saying? You need to take notes on the things that you need. So ultimately, make sure that y'all sacrifice. We're going to be live again on Friday, by the way. And also make sure y'all go cop some merch at doryouchoose.shop as well. Merch is out right now. It's only going to be out for a couple weeks. So make sure y'all grab it while you can. And make sure, most importantly, that you sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self. And do what you need to do to be able to get to where you're here to be. So discipline or regret.